evening mga kalaro, andito na naman ang inyong mga hashtag sportito para na naman sa isang gabi ng kwentuhan at kulitan dito lang sa Laro-Laro Lang. I'm Bisdak Joel Parcon, ang Bisayang dako na nagchichif-chifan dito sa mga sportito. At kasama pa rin natin as usual all the way from Canada, Mr. Excited Gary Villanueva.
Hello everyone from a snowy Canada. Good evening, eh?
Wow! Andito rin ang expert sa pagmimiron, si Coach Miron, Noy Africa.
Magandang gabi sa inyo lahat. Ito ang nagmimiron na nagko-coachan lang. Huwag masyadong seryosohin, laro-laro lang.
Yun. And of course, hindi magpapahuli ang madalas magpasabog na si Mr. Pasabog, Farley Dom Romantico Aguila.
Magandang gabi ho. Sabado na naman tayo. Dito po sa Laro-Laro Lang.
Arigar for the Don Antonio Spurs.
Don Antonio Spurs. Okay mga kalaro, let's get right into it. We start with a segment which is called Karambola, where we all give our out-of-the-box ideas and opinions on the question that I will ask the group. Importante na out-of-the-box ang mga sagot natin dahil tulad nga ng parating sinasabi ni Mr. Excited.
Ano nga ba sasabi ko? Kaya nga wild eh.
Yon. Okay. So ito ang topic natin mga sportito. Very easy, no? Magsisimula na ulit ang NBA season in a little over a month, no? December 22 ang simula ng susunod na NBA season, and yun, it is already a very global league tulad ng pinakitang libro ni Mr. Excited, ano? Ito, may meron pa, bumalik yan. Elevated. Yan. So ito ang tanong ko sa inyo mga sportito. Which current NBA player would you start an NBA franchise with? Ngayon, may qualifier tayo dito sa sa question natin. Dapat iwasan natin yung mga top tier na mga players, yung mga tulad nila LeBron, KD, Giannis, James Harden, Steph Curry, AD. Yung mga ganun, mga top tier na players, iwasan natin.
Wala ka ng
Isip
tinira
kayo. Out of the box. Marami pa.
Meron pa?
Oo.
Meron.
Pwede ba retired na?
Current nga eh.
Not listening ka.
Not listening
Kontrabida
ka.
ka.
Ano no?
Pwede mo tanggalin yung screen niya? Pwede ba yun?
Pwede rin. Sino gusto magsimula?
Yung gusto mo may current retired, yun lang siguro mag-upisa.
Current retired.
Nagre-research, oh. Nagre-research, walang maisip yung matanda. So, nababkus nga nila. Oh, nag-isip. Hindi ako, sige, ano ba? One player lang or two players or what? One lang?
If you want to
Type
start...
the team nga. Hindi rin nakikinig eh. Dalawa na tayo eh.
Hindi, alam ko. Kasi ngayon, siyempre, mahirap pag-isip ngayon dahil pandemic, labo eh. Biased na ko eh. Atlanta Hawk fan ako since birth. So I would start my team with Trae Young.
Bakit?
I mean, why? In the today's NBA, di ba? Trae Young's game is patterned after Steph Curry. I mean, natin hindi. Probably advanced siya in terms of offense at this stage of his career as compared to Curry when he was starting out. Curry, you have to understand, para sinumutubok ang bata na to. Pareho sila niya. Kaya nga Young, bata eh, di ba? Tito Joe.
Bukang bata. Kanta yun.
Yeah, Tito Joe.
Natin.
At the same time,
Paano ni John yan?
John Young is Piramin!
Last week pa yan.
Oo, wala eh. Lala. Why Trae Young? Yun nga, kasi yung prototypical point guard, alam natin na point guards are not just expected to pass, but they're expected to have offense. If I'm not mistaken, Trae Young averaged more than 25 points a game. And double digits din natin sa assists or close to double digits, I think 8 or 7 a game. So, and di ba, hindi na siya big man's game eh. Considering his size, his unlimited range, at saka may clutch genes din yung bata. So right now, for me, since hindi naman na obligatory na big man ang kukunin mo as starter team, I will start it with Trae Young.
Okay.
Ang gulat kayo. Kaya nga wild eh.
Kaya nga wild
diba?
eh. Diba? Nice.
Yeah.
2 or 3 years all-start tong batang to.
Dapat parang fringe all-star ka nga siya this past year, di ba?
Actually, Fred, yes, diba?
Oo.
Ano lang ang hirap din kasi dahil replace on a losing team. They're a young team, but they're a young core team. Talagang halatang Atlanta Hawks fan, no? John Collins, si Huertas, and then they got Clint Capella.
Werther?
Porter.
Ginawang local eh. Swerter. And then,
Sino yung draft pick nila this year?
Diba? Ongwongku.
Onyeka Ongwongku.
Wongku rin.
Yeah, a pretty young team.
Yeah. Itatouch natin yung draft niyan. Yung draft nila last year was? Sino?
Si Barrett. Ay, hindi. Picks pala yun. Ano nga ba? Si
Cam.
Ay, nakalimutan ko.
Parang wala tayo sa hulog.
Cam Johnson.
Cam
Reddish yung sa
Cam Reddish from Duke. So, starting 5 nila, dalawang draft pick nila last year, the guy from Virginia pa. Number 3 overall. Kayo na! Hanapin ko kung sino yung player na yun.
Sige. Go. Farley.
Ako ba? Jason Tatum.
Wow.
Bakit?
Ganda na natin. No?
Kasi sa akin, para i-build mo yung team around him, all around siya eh. Like last season, he averaged 23.4 points.
Nag-research!
Nagluluto, naglalaba.
Nandito lang yan. 23.4 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists.
Yeah, no.
So, dapat tsaka tingin ko, mas nagmamature na siya ngayon na mas madadala niya na yung team niya for me. Dapat kasi pag franchise player ka, all around eh. So, siya yung naisip ko na hindi pa top tier na player. Pero, papunta na doon.
Nung bubble, ganyan sa bubble.
Nakatulong sa kanya yung Kasi if you guys remember, nung first year pa lang niya, nung rookie pa lang siya, parang naging leader na kaagad siya ng team. Kasi yun yung year na na-injure si Kyrie, di ba? Pumasok si Kyrie, siya dapat ang magiging leader ng Boston. Tapos na-injure si Kyrie.
Yes.
Pero umabot sila ng playoffs with a very young team. Yun yung siya, si Jaylen Brown, si Scary Terry, diba? Terry Rozier.
I see,
Yun. Wala na si IT noon. Yun
sorry.
Si Kyrie na yun, diba? Si Kyrie na dapat yung point guard nila eh.
Scary
Si Smart
Terry.
pa nandun na?
Si Smart, matagal na si Smart na nandun eh. Pero si Smart wasn't hindi siya as
Globe.
Pero yun nga, I mean, maaga siyang natutong
tsaka
kailangan mag-lift ng
rookie
team.
year ni Jason Tatum, di ba, he had this ganda nung slam dunk over LeBron nung Eastern Conference Finals ng Game 7.
Oh.
I remember that.
Tuwang-tuwa na naman tong isa.
So, athletics. Parang isang forward pala na nag-draft last year kasi ng Atlanta, DeAndre Hunter.
Yeah, true.
Diba? So,
actually,
wala ka ng potential ng team ko.
Akala ko nga, Garna, you were also going to choose Tatum. Kasi nga, di ba, siya yung siya yung nagmana ng siya yung tinrain talaga ni Kobe. I don't know if you heard about that.
Yeah, I remember.
Actually,
the other player
with Kobe.
Yeah. I'll mention na lang sino yung other player na I would have chosen if you guys don't choose him. Kasi makakapipiliin nyo naman.
Ako na muna. Baka maagawan pa ako.
Kaya nga.
Sige, Coach na.
Sa current NBA, predicated on ball movement, mga ganyan. Parang yung mga point guards, scoring guards are medyo premium sa eh. So, personally, mas madali siyang hanapin. So, I think for the offense ngayon ng NBA, the perfect guy to build around is Nikola Jokic.
Yo! Yes. Actually,
diba? Saka maghanap ng skill set na ganun from the center
Pero
position.
di ba upper tier na siya?
Upper tier yun, excuse me.
Di ba siya top 15 team? Hindi mo siya sa all
Tier
mythical 5?
yun. Second tier
Second tier pa yun. Hindi pa siya hindi pa siya, di ba?
Alam yun, hindi ko pinag-isipan yan.
Yeah, parang
Pero sige
siya
na, pagbibigyan kita.
Pero yun. Yun lang naisip ko. Si Nikola Jokic.
Bakit si Jokic?
Actually, nagpapa-genius na ako. Hindi naman talaga yun. Kung totoong buhay, hindi naman. I mean, I wouldn't start a team around him. Pero since nagpapa-genius ako ngayon.
Luka ba? Top tier na?
Kung gumawa tayo ng NBA draft, he'd probably be one of the first or second round. Mabilis yan.
On a fantasy,
sa fantasy league
level
standpoint, yeah.
Pero
diba?
kasi, kaya mo lang naman siya kukunin.
In a heartbeat, kukunin ko siya.
Oo.
Go ahead,
Kaya mo siya kukunin, si Jokic kukunin with your, say for example, with your first pick. Kasi marami,
I would.
sa mga fantasy, NBA fantasy players dito, I would pick him with my top pick if he's available because he covers a lot of categories. Kasi yung fantasy,
all the three major categories, yeah.
Diba? Points, assists, rebounds. Tapos meron pa siyang outside shooting.
May tres, may field goal percentage, may blocks pa.
Yes.
I mean, pretty all around, di ba?
Parang dinidescribe niyo yung pinili ko. Tatum.
Iba naman yun.
Si Tatum,
Dami-dami
ang
small
kulang niya,
forward,
hindi pa siya ganun ka lakas sa facilitation.
Pero si Tatum, hindi pa na-injure. Unlike Jokic.
Hindi pa rin na-adjust si Jokic.
Meron naman.
Meron. Kaya late nga siya, di ba? This year.
Pero I think nakatulong yung nag-weight loss siya. No? Nag-weight loss si Jokic eh. Nung
Inisip ko yata Farley si Nurkic.
Hindi.
Nurkic yata inisip mo.
Hindi, Jokic rin. Di ba? Wala siya nung bago nagbabol.
Wala ba siya nung...
Anyway, I'm not sure. Alam ko, baka kasi I remember before, nung hindi ko pa masyadong kilala si Nurkic, nalilito ko sa kanila ni Nurkic, ni Jokic, and Nurkic. And they were both in one team, both white guys, both mobile centers, kaya inevitable na matatrade isa sa kanila eh.
Pero actually, if you think about it, pwede naman sila mag-complement eh. Pero I think, yun nga, ang galing nga ng Denver management.
Pero ano pa rin
have to make a choice even before they had to.
Yeah.
Parang maaga sila namili eh.
Kasi tsaka ano rin yung pare, I mean, baka magka-intrigahan, I mean, di ba,
tsaka ano yun, parang kailangan mong pumili ng kung sino yung i-develop mo, di ba? Yan eh. And you see that a lot naman, di ba, na pag may dalawang big man, tapos pareho pa silang may kino-contribute. Ang galing lang ng assessment nila kasi kung isipin mo rin talaga, I would place Jokic higher than Nurkic actually. Right now si Nurkic is more of a thread big man siya.
Yes.
Post up rebounds defense. Si Jokic kasi marunong mag-facilitate talaga eh. Nagagamit niya yung yung height niya to his advantage. Yun. Yung sa akin naman, hindi na ako lalayo dun sa sagot ni Coach Noy. Pero para sa akin, feeling ko ito yung pinaka-wild. No? Pinaka-wild na karambola. If I were to start an NBA team, an NBA franchise, I would actually start an NBA franchise and build a team around Bol. No? Starting I didn't say that the franchise will win right away. I'm just saying na magsa-start ako ng franchise. Bata pa si Bol. Right? Bata pa siya, pero he is the epitome for me, the epitome of the new NBA big. No? Bata pa siya, Farley. Okay.
Farley, huwag ka na magsalita. Huwag ka na magsalita.
Si Bol. Si Bol, bata pa si Bol. Alright? He is the epitome. Si Bol is the epitome of a new NBA big.
Ako, dream ko mag-PBA import. Para dito maglaro. Maganda pag chineer.
Paano? Paano mo i-cheer si Bol dito sa Pilipinas sa PBA?
Shoot that ball!
Ball? Or yung ball, ganun.
Di ba tayo may MTRCB nito?
Yun. Para kasi sa akin si Bol is the epitome of the new NBA big. No? Marunong siyang shoot, marunong siyang pumost up, Marunong siyang mag-defend. At kung napanood niyo yung isang game na, isa sa mga few games ng, yung mga ano pa lang, yung before the actual games, before the games that counted, no, yung binabad siya sa game ng Denver.
Exhibition before the actual bubble.
Oo. Nag-ano siya. He was even capable of bringing down the ball. No? Ball was capable of bringing down the ball. Isipin mo, anong height niya? 7'3"? 7'3" yata siya, 7'3", 7'4". Tapos nakakadala siya ng bola. Nag-lead pa siya ng fast break nun. Di ba? May mga ganun kasi siyang flashes. I'm saying I'm building a franchise player. Not necessarily to win right away. But yung ano ko is pick him first, then put complementary pieces around him. Sooner or later magiging malakas yung team na yun.
7-2.
7-2, di ba? Tapos ano pa siya? I mean, for me, magandang idea yun na ano siya. May legacy siya. Legacy player siya kasi anak na siya ni Manute Ball, di ba? So meron kang ganun na nostalgia na dinadala tong si Ball. No? So yun. Yun yung ano ko. Actually, pick ko rin dapat yun si Tatum eh. Si Jason Tatum. Dahil nga siya yung para sa akin, he comes in the same mold of Kobe Bryant. Yun, siya yung nagmana nung killer instinct ni Kobe Bryant para sa akin.
The other player would have gotten, draft ng mga bago. Zion.
Later.
Zion Latter. The few Zion Williams on the 24 plus games he played, impact lahat, di ba? I never thought na, ako personally, akala ko hindi siya ganun magiging effective. Kasi parang, after mapanood siya ng once or twice naman. After once or twice, mapapanood na siya ng mga NBA teams.
Mababantayan na.
Mababantayan na. Kasi, let's face it, he's short. 6'6". And then, pero grabe yung I've seen it in college, yung mobility niya, yung gano'n siya kalaki. And didn't think na matatranslate na madadala niya yung mobility niya and everything to the NBA. Akala ko mabagal? Hindi ang lakas eh.
Bilis, no?
Actually, kulang pa nga siya sa tira eh. So, feeling ko nahihiya pa. Alam mo, meron pa, may impact na nahihiya pa siya parang gano'n, but he has a smooth outside stroke if he wants to. But I think, unlike panahon nila Barkley, rebounding mo kang mahihirapan talaga siya. Pero in terms of the other things, I think, sky's the langit para kay Zion.
I mean, sa feeling mo, mahirapan siya sa rebound. He creates a lot
of
space.
I thought
you thought that he was going to
have a hard time. I thought it would be a hard time. Ako personally, I think I don't think he'll average probably more than 7 or 8 boards a game.
Wow.
Probably. Tsaka ano din prototypical forward, we would rather parang minsan baka mag-settle sa labas kasi nga mas ma-develop, di ba? But and tsaka for rebounding, nandun naman sila Brandon Ingram, the other guys are doing other stuff eh. Derek Favors, so parang,
And I think he has a perfect point guard to grow with.
Yes,
Lonzo Ball.
Yeah.
Di ba?
Important yun eh. Important sa kanya na meron siyang okay na point guard eh. To set up the ano. I mean, kaya din kanina touch na natin ng konti yung draft. Nung dinraft ng Golden State si James Wiseman, para sa akin smart move yun eh.
Talaga Wiseman eh.
Wise move.
Wiseman.
Oo. Kasi isipin mo na lang magpipick and roll sila ni Steph Curry. 'Di ba? Yun lang. Tapos kung makabalik pa nga si Clay, 'di ba? Ganun din. Siya yung kick out option. 'Di ba? Tapos may Andrew Wiggins.
I think nabanggit ni Noy in one of our other chat groups that if he's at least as good or better than a little better than Kevin Looney, you're okay ka na eh.
Yeah.
Diba?
7-1 na Kevin Looney, why not?
Why not? Diba? I have a feeling he will be. So, gano'n lang. Si for what it's worth, diba? Diba?
From Looney to a wise man.
May kanta pa.
Ganda nun ah. From a Looney to a wise man.
May kanta na, di ba?
Ano?
Wise man say, only fools.
Gusto mo lang kumanta eh. Sana sinabi mo na lang.
Palakpakan natin.
Okay. Mag-karaoke na lang. Anyway,
Hindi,
pero
yun.
ba kayo ibang players na naisip na pwedeng i-throw in the mix?
Ako, I mean,
Si
depende
Luka
sa
ba
inyo.
si Luka ba is considered top
Yun nga,
tier na ba?
yun yung ano ko na...
I think ando na siya eh. Parang ando na siya, nasa border na siya eh.
Yeah.
Kasi sobrang easy
naman yung
answer
border.
yun si Luka, di ba?
Oo.
For today's
That's
NBA.
true.
Yeah. Kasi I mean,
I
Alam
think
mo, nagulat ako
naka-crossover
na-
na siya to the superstar status.
Ako siguro balik rin natin. Siguro ako na a player who disappointed me na para I thought would going the other way. Yung akala mo rising star and then biglang because of injuries somewhat limited his career now. KP.
talaga?
Kevin Porter?
Junior,
Ah.
KPJ yun, KPJ.
Porzingis. Honestly, si Kristaps Porzingis, di ba? Nung nasa New York, the unicorn, di ba? Ngayon, ang dami ng unicorn. Nakikita mo bigla.
Yeah.
Out of the blue, di ba? But you have to remember nung panahon ni Porzingis a year or two ago, 7-footer, 7'3", 7'2", mga ganun.
7'3".
Walang takot, tumira sa labas.
Yes.
Papayat-payat siya, you'd think. But
Athletic.
ang galing tumayami, athletic and everything. And then he would show glimpses while he was in Dallas. Doon sa bubble din.
Yeah.
So,
Sayang,
sayang.
ko yung
Injuries talaga have taken its toll on them. Ang hirap
Yun,
talaga pag
nabanggit
gano'n
ko
kakalaki,
injury,
parang
di
feeling
sila,
ko
no?
na injuries, di ba?
Hindi, like now, di ba kanina lang, si Klay Thompson was reported. No?
Yeah, sayang din. But people like sina Clay, let's face it, at tagal na the wear and tear sa mga Warriors fan. Clay Thompson specifically, Clay Thompson fan.
Nabanggit yung kanina eh, 5 years sila,
The
di ba?
wear and tear. The wear and tear.
Yeah.
Tsaka pare the way he plays, di ba? Dandidan, di ba?
Ikaw, coach, meron kang ano?
Ako meron kasi naisip from the Phoenix Suns. Magaling. Na, ito,
Devin
potential
Booker.
to. Booker, not para but ibara iangat niya yung team. Si Booker now with Chris Paul is actually
Dapat.
a player you can build your
Good
team
fit.
You can
good
build
fit.
It's a good fit, di ba?
With
A team
DeAndre
around.
Ayton.
Ganda
di ba?
nun.
No, DeAndre Ayton, di ba? Tsaka si Booker baka pala yung mukha tumira. Yun yung importante.
Yes.
Kung meron ka pala mukha to take
He
the shot.
always took his shot. Kaya nga, di ba? Pagkatapos ng
Yeah, di
basketball.
ba?
Di ba? May date kagad siya with Kendall Jenner. Si Strawberry.
Ayun. Kaya iba talagang wala. I think the NBA is in good hands with Silver pa. And I think there are lots of players out there. But right now, I think off the top of our heads, yun mga naisip natin, di ba? Kasi sila Lillard, sila McCollum are basically tier players already.
Tsaka,
Established na yan, mga oldies na yan, di ba?
Yun, ito. Ano ang mga...
Imon sana eh, kaso walang outside shoot.
Walang outside shot eh. Ang hirap.
Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons. Ako hindi. Embiid, probably, but I will consider Embiid already top tier si Embiid eh.
Tsaka si Embiid, medyo injury prone pa rin talaga eh. Hindi mo, I mean, kung magsisimula ka ng practice,
parang
someone na
although,
matibay.
Kaya siya naglalaro na sa labas eh.
Oo,
also,
kasi ayaw niya makipagbakbakan
To
sa
prolong his career.
True.
Si Spider-Man, Donovan Mitchell.
Ano ko si Arwin Santos.
Oo nga, Arwin?
Hindi. Ano naman yun? Lastic man naman yun. No, but Donovan Mitchell is also considered, would you consider Bradley Beal? Not really, di ba? Although, siya, upper tier na rin si Bradley Beal eh.
Oo. Tsaka,
John Wall, sayang din ang career. Injury prone din.
Yun yung, isa yun. Sayang yung career, John Wall. I mean, no one was quicker before he got his injuries. No one was quicker. Well, he was one of the fastest players ever in the league. Tapos nasira lang dahil nasira yung tuhod. I mean,
sayang.
I think na...
Pero actually, come to think of it, babalikan ko lang yung sinabi niya si Ben Simmons. I think, pa rin he's an intriguing player to build around. Kasi nga, yung skill set ni Ben Simmons, I think, baka hindi lang sila fit talaga ni, what's his name?
Embiid.
I think if he were playing in a system na open yung paint, kunyari, let's say what Milwaukee does, the 5-out offense. I think if you surround him with shooters, parang I think he has potential, but he might be in the wrong team as of the moment.
Medyo yun na yung ginagawa ngayon ng di ba? Yan na yung ginagawa ngayon ng Sixers. Si Embiid na lang yung nasa loob yata ng big man nila eh. Kasi tinrade na nila pa-trade na nila si Horford. Nakuha nila si Danny Green ba?
Landry Shamet.
Danny Green. Landry Shamet. No, Landry Shamet was
Brooklyn.
traded to the Nets.
Oh,
from the
Nets,
Clippers.
Trade.
Nasa Clippers na siya. Wala na siya Sixers.
Si Danny Green. Sino kasama ni Danny? May kasama si Danny Green eh. Ferguson?
Huh? Yeah. From OKC kasi. Yeah. Tyler Ferguson.
OKC na kasi.
Yeah.
No.
Yun.
In any case, ako, a big mistake the Sixers made last year was trading away, letting JJ Redick go in free agency. Siya na nga lang yung outside threat ko, pinakawalan mo pa.
So wala rin yung Covington.
Covington, another day po siya. Si Tobias Harris, for all his worth, is not really a three-point shooter. Tsaka parang nawawala siya during certain times of the game, sayang din.
And obviously, nagkamali sila na kinuha nila si Horford.
Ang mali ni Horford, iniwan niya Boston. Bagay siya dun eh.
Agree.
But they did pretty well without him.
Pareho sila nag-suffer nung umalis siya.
Pero kasi din, si Boston din, nag-shift kasi sila. Kasi nga, yun yung di ba, si Stevens, yun yung habol niya eh. Si Stevens was going for positionless basketball. Hindi na, lumayo sila sa trad big eh. Si Daniel Tice medyo, hindi naman siya trad big talaga. Di ba?
Parang malaki na sa ilalim, di ba?
Daniel Tice,
si Robert Williams eh.
Robert Williams, yun yung mga nila eh. Pero ngayon, bumalik kinuha nila ulit si Aaron Baines. Diba?
Sino?
Aaron Baines. Nakipag-trade sila. Aaron Baines is going back to Boston.
Because they missed the guy kahit pa paano.
Yun. Ako, nanghinayang ako na hinayaan na umalis si Baines ng Pistons. Pistons kasi yan dati.
Sige, since natapos yung draft kanina, do you see any of the players from the draft earlier who you would categorize in na pwedeng isagot doon sa tanong natin sa Karambola?
Wala.
Walang franchise player para sa inyo doon.
Ako honestly, the only I would consider franchise player yung player na dinaft ng Washington all the way down in the 9th pick ba yun?
The
Israeli guy.
Any of Deja?
Yeah.
What he said.
I mean, what he said. Kasi
Denny.
everyone has been Denny. People have been raving about him. I've seen the highlights, pero parang, alam mo yun, I don't know. Parang siya yung everyone saying is such an easy player to play with. Luka Doncic lang. But,
Madali para sa coach pa nagsama-sama yung magkakapatid na sina Lamelo, si Lonzo, di ba?
Huwag lang yung isa.
Saka si Bol. Puro ball na lang.
Hindi nila kapatid yun.
Ball.
Hindi nila kapatid.
Get the ball. Shoot the ball.
Ay, hindi nila kapatid si Ball. Nanay nila si Lucille.
Patay na. Lucille Ball, malamang kayo nagkakaintindihan dapat. Di namin. Alam ko, narinig ko lang yung pangalan na yun dati.
Hindi mahilig yung
natutuwa lang ako sa... Speaking of lolos, natutuwa lang ako kahapon sa NBA draft while watching it, di ba? You could see the disappointment in some of the mukha ng mga analysts pagkuwari may pick na hindi nila gusto, yun yung nagpunta. Yung number 4, yung Patrick Williams on the draft, everyone was like,
sobrang
they're not trying to. No, I'm not saying that this is a bad trick, but I'm just saying that
sobrang project si Patrick Williams eh.
I mean, speaking of the draft kahapon, virtual draft, they're all in their homes. Pag sini-draft, may malaking cabinet. Ito yung sombrero.
Sombrero sila sobrang 29 caps.
Oo. Pare, dear Mr. Williams, can we have the other 29 caps? Yung email gano'n, di ba? Padadala lang nga gano'n, di ba? Or sure yung mga homies sa mga natin sabihin, guys, get caps here, get your favorite team. Ayop din.
Lahat yun, lahat yata ng hopefuls.
So how many? That is 60 players who submit, everyone who submitted their names.
Ito times 30.
Then, ano yun eh, kasi 60.
Hindi lang 60.
Yeah nga. Pero yung mga gumawa siguro ng list ng NBA ng top 60 players sa pili nila naman na draft, padala nyo sa mga to. Ano kung wala? Bahala na sila, bumili sila sa... Siguro, di ba?
Pinakamasakit nun kung naiwan sa'yo 30.
Ayun, hindi ka na-draft, di ba? I'm sure may ganun yun. Meron yung ganun.
Pwede mong pagkakitaan, benta mo.
Yan lang.
Di, pero grabe din yung logistics sila, no?
Tapos napansin niyo ba? Lahat sila may capsule na speaker. Para habang in-interview sila, doon lumalabas yung audio.
Grabe. And then ano pa to? Nakakatawa lang yung mga iba na mga entrance, no? Yung mga pag-draft, hindi sila titigil sa camera. May kakapal ng mukha ng mga to, nakakatawa.
Yung sino ba yun? Yung anak niya na si
iba,
Cole Anthony.
Full-blown party.
Ha?
Yung si Cole Anthony, nakita niyo ba yung isa niyang entourage? Si Spike Lee, pare.
Spike Lee, di ba? Grabe.
Nandun si Spike Lee sa party niya.
Payat ni Drake Anthony, no? Nagulat ako.
Nagulat ako, anak niya, no?
Galing North Carolina. And then, ako personally as a dad, grabe mga ba, iyakan sila talaga. As in, iyakan siguro. Yung mga iba, diba? So emotional. Even, yung kay Wiseman, may picture na lumabas ng bata siya. Naka-Warriors jersey siya.
Talaga?
Na we believe na Warriors jersey. Tapos ngayon, Warrior na siya. Parang, grabe, gano'n galing. I mean, those are stories na, even during the recap, usually second round, di ko na pinapanood eh. Nung ni-recap ng mga, corny na ng second round eh. Nung ni-recap ng second round, nasabi ni J. Billas was that this is one of the most emotional drafts na nakita niya. Kasi they were all literally within their families.
Yeah.
Unlike na nasa ibang rest, nasa Madison Square Garden ka na
medyo mahiyak
kang umiyak or whatever. Ngayon talaga love that. Your sister, your brother na yakap.
As soon as marinig nilang tinawag yung name nila eh. Makikita mo eh. Parang nagsaswell yung emotion eh.
Mga ganyan na lang sila ganyan. Tapos mga entrance, pera tayo! Balato! Gawagano yung mga yun sa likod siguro.
Medyo naawa ako kay si RJ Hampton ba yun? Si RJ Hampton.
Ay, oo.
Parang
all the way down
sobrang,
to the 20.
Meron
parang nag-alisa rin ito na siya. Pare, wala na ito. Alis sa kanya. Nag-alisa na yung mga iba.
May clip pa sa kanya na parang nagda-doubt na siya sa sarili niya. Parang may talaga na I felt that I didn't do enough, but I gave everything. May ganun siyang clip. Medyo nakakaawa siya kasi he was touted as a lottery pick actually. Tapos hindi siya umabot.
Actually, yeah. Ang daming, ngayon tama si Noy kasi ang point guards ngayon, ang dami, if you look at the round, ang daming point guards na draft nun. Yeah. And hindi na rarity yung 6'5", 6'7" na point guard, which he is.
Yeah.
Di ba? Tsaka nung nandun siya sa New Zealand, Australian League and whatever.
Australian League.
Hindi siya ganun ka. Of course, he shined, pero that's why people were kind of, doon nilobas yung weaknesses niya, na gano'n pa kalayo. Yung kailangan niya, ng bata. I'm hoping, again, sky's the limit. Denver is in a pretty good situation with Denver with all those young core, with the young core. So, I think he'll do okay. Magaling na coach si Brendan Malone. Brendan Malone ba? Mike Malone.
Brendan Malone.
Moses Malone.
Moses Maloney.
Ano nga pala ulit yung pinag-uusapan natin?
Ano nga ba? The draft. Ako yan, and again, somebody dito na daming, mga Pistons, ang daming draft, ha? Sana may tumama isa doon.
Sana may, a lot, may rin ako, may group chat din ako ng mga, ang dami pala mga Pistons fans dito sa Pilipinas, nagulat ako. So meron akong group chat with them. Karamihan nagustuhan naman yung si Killian Hayes. The reason kung bakit nila gusto si Killian Hayes as a pick is because not only because kailangan ng Detroit ng point guard, pero pangalawa, Frenchman siya. So meron na silang connection ni Sekou Doumbouya. May connection na sila na Sekou Doumbouya. Yun yung dinraft nila last year. Yung forward na dinraft nila na French din. So may connection na sila. So kumbaga sinasabi nila malaking bagay ang chemistry. Yun. So may point guard ka, may swing ka.
The French connection.
Oo, yun. Sabay trade nila si Ariza para kay Nicolas Batum, para isa pang French, di ba? Tapos trade din sila para kay
si Gobert.
Si Gobert, di ba? Tapos si Nilikina, di ba? Tama-tama, red, white, and blue ang kulay ng Detroit Pistons. So, di ba? French team na talaga sila. Team France, Le Bleu. Yun na sila.
Detroit Pistons. But let's face it, also because of this COVID thing, we never got to see these players. Yung mga, sa NCAA tournament, may mga tumataas sa mga stock niyan, di ba?
Yeah.
Because doon lalabas showcase na yun eh. That's why tayo, aminado, what we saw are literally just highlights. Pero ako usually sa NCAA tournament ko nag-gauge ko sino yung mga, doon ko nakikilala eh.
Yun ang inaabot eh, March Madness. Doon nagsimula.
Talaga eh. Ang COVID talaga eh.
Oo.
Diba? I mean, I never knew Carmelo Anthony as nung Syracuse, siya hayop. Diba? Sa freshman siya ron. Sayang sa mga kids. So siguro nag-iiyakan sa tuwa, may nakapansin pala sa kanila.
Yeah. Whether or not kung sino yung pipiliin natin, kasi mahirap pumili ng top tier kasi medyo yung mga top tier na players din sa NBA, sila na rin yung medyo may edad. So if you're really starting out an NBA team, you always start with someone younger. Pero tama nga si Gary when he said na the NBA is in good hands naman, no. They're with Metrobank. Kasi yung mga bata natin, yung mga batang player, maraming mga batang player na may maibubuga pa rin, no. Yun yung masasabi natin. And even with a recent draft, no, maraming mga feeling, although not most of them probably won't become superstars, pero a lot of them I personally think will become contributors in the league. Yun. And there might be a lot of other surprises as well. And that, mga kalaro, is karambola. Tonight, mga sportito, kasama natin ang isa na siguro sa mga pinaka-influential na tao sa mundo ng Philippine basketball. He was a former assistant and head coach in the UAAP, a former team manager in the Metropolitan Basketball Association, and he is currently a player manager to many of today's top athletes under the company Virtual Playground, and is also one of the owners of the San Miguel Alab Pilipinas team and the ASEAN Basketball League. Mga sportito, let's give a warm round of applause to our guest sportito for tonight. Walang iba kundi ang tinaguriang Jerry Maguire ng Pilipinas, Coach Charlie D. Good evening, Jerry.
Good evening to all the sports titos.
Coach, you had me at hello.
Wow!
Yun. Itong si
Jerry
Coach
Maguire of the Philippines.
Jerry Maguire yan.
Sportitos na tayong lahat.
Tama. Mga sportito na tayong lahat. And dahil nga mga sportito tayong lahat, as with any titos, mahilig tayong magbalik tanaw sa mga memories natin, Coach, no? So, we go right into our segment called Noong Ako Ay Bata Pa, where we look back into a time when we were younger and talk about the topic of the week. This week, I want all of us to share how involved our families were in our sports experiences. So, gaano ba sila, were they so involved in our sport? How did they shape us into in the different sports experiences that we went through when we were younger? No? So, did they give us advice, guidance, or were they there to cheer for us whenever we had games? Yun. So, any of the sportitos can start. Sinong gusto magsimula?
Ako naman pala nag-umpis eh.
Seniority dito, seniority.
Seniority.
Gaga, ka sa akin. Gaga.
Seniority, so ako dapat mauna.
Hindi, Coach.
Sa itsura kasi para ikaw yung bunso namin, Coach.
Coach eh.
Gary muna. Coach, si Kuya Gary muna.
Okay. Tito Farley Anyway, sports memories. my mom has always been very supportive of all her kids when it came to sports. My sister who plays volleyball for Merinol College, panong panahon na yun, high school and college. My brother, my older brother, my kuya also plays for Ateneo naman as volleyball player. I remember when we were kids, we used to go to Rizal Memorial just to watch their UAP games, their PAYA games practice. Saka yung mom ko would drive. Sometimes, hindi naman uso mga school bus na mga team bus kasi yung volleyball lang eh. Hindi naman popular sport to like it was now, like it is now. So, my mom would sometimes sasakay pa, meron kami parang club wagon, car station wagon pala. Sometimes, doon pa sasakay yung team para makapunta ng game. So, ganun ka-supportive yung mom ko nung mga panahon na yun. So, when it came my time naman ako nag-varsity nung high school sa Ateneo, yun, medyo nakakaya ng konti, imagine mo, ikaw lang may pera tanong sa stance pero very supportive and I would always remember that talagang siya yung always there to drive us around after the game, libre pa niya yung team and stuff like that sa mga soft drinks, yung mga ganun. Yeah, it's very supportive siya of the team. So how did that mold me? I was just happy that my parents were there to support me in something that I loved, which was playing a sport. And then kahit pa paano ngayon when my kids like my eldest son was a fencer, talagang todo support ako. I'd go to his matches and even my other kids when they have sporting events, kahit intramurals na sa school or whatever. Talagang todo support na because I remember yung iba yung pag tumingin ka pag kinakabahan ka and you look at the stands and see familiar faces there. Kahit pa paano nawawala yung kaba mo eh, di ba? So ayun, ako just an plain advice if you're going to have kids in the future, I mean just go support them, a simple cheer, a simple go whatever, malaking bagay sa kumpiyansa ng mga anak niyo yun. So yun lang, I'd like to thank my mom.
Dapat pala nakilala kita dati, nagpaampun ako sa mama mo.
Kaya po.
Hello, Ma.
May nagpapaampun po si Coach. Anyway, Mom, thank you.
Ako rin, bagay din naman, Farley Villanueva. Pwede naman.
Bagay. Shout out to my mom who just turned 94 last October 25.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Ito seryoso, hanggang ngayon, nanonood pa ng NBA yun. Makikipagsabayan sa inyo yun in terms of trivia sa players sa NBA. Ang tinik na. Tsaka since volleyball was always been her love sport. Pag manonood sa San Juan Arena yan, pinapalakpakan ng mga ibang usher. Kasi talagang pumupunta, nakikisiksik pa siya minsan. Nanonood pa siya sa mga games. Oo, ibang klase.
Okay, ah.
Ngayon nga.
Isa next week.
Ngayon may COVID, gusto pa maglakwatsa. So, ano ba kayo? Tikas ng ulo, gusto maglakwatsa. Pinagagalitan namin the other day na ano na raw siya na naiinip sa bahay. Gusto maglakwatsa. O gusto magmoli. Ano ba kayo? Tikas ng ulo. Gusto mo ng mga games. Sabi ko, walang UAP ngayon sa mga volleyball games. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead. Anyone next?
Party.
Coach, sige na. Coach Noy. Ako?
Nagtuturuan pa eh.
Sige, ako na. Mabilis lang naman ako eh. Kasi yung sports experiences ko naman with the family. Well, for one thing, when I used to swim, it was pretty much a family affair dahil yung dalawang sisters ko also used to swim. So, there was a time in high school na pag may competition kami, may mga times na we were all there. We weren't very good, but we were enough to compete. What I remember most nga, I think I mentioned this before in one of the episodes, was yung the time I was trying out for basketball. Parang right after a tryout, di pagod na ako. The minute I left the court, my dad picked me up. Pagdating niya, may dala siyang pang swimming. I didn't know na may competition ako. So pagod na ako. Tapos, bakit ka may dalang pang swimming? So sinabi lang ng dad ko, di mo ba alam na may competition? Kaya he was kind of frustrated at me that time dahil yung lack of commitment. So, at that point, medyo mas naging aware ako with the commitment na ganun. I mean, I wasn't really a very good basketball player, neither a very good swimmer, but I was good enough to make the team. So, yun lang. The commitment to it, I guess, yun nga, it was really lacking, especially sa side ng swimming, dahil it wasn't really something na, alam mo yung passionate ako about. Initially, we started swimming because we were basically all asthmatic. Me and two
Ganun?
siblings. So yeah, so that's the only reason why nag-swim. Tapos yun nga, luckily, in my fourth year, even if my love was really for basketball, I only got a scholarship nung nag-swim ako.
Oh, wow.
Again, yun nga, nakwento ko before, umabot ng uniform lang, pero during the competition, di naman ako pinalangoy nung NC. So, but anyway, yun nga, ako with the family experiences, yun lang yung parang little tidbits na natutunan ko from my dad, which was all about commitment.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
Nice. Oh, Mr. Pasabog, Dom Romantico, Farley.
Hindi, yung sa akin, well, siguro yung mga league lang sa subdivision, Don Antonio Spurs.
Don Antonio Spurs.
Yun nga, sa school, yun nga, nakwento ko na sa previous episodes natin, pinilit akong mag-transfer from Ateneo to Philippine Science. Yun nga, nakwento ko sa inyo, di ba? Varsity nga ako doon mula first year hanggang fourth year. Pero 2 games a year lang kami. Lang yung varsity yan, 2 games lang. Wala pa kaming uniform eh.
T-shirt lang, ano? PE t-shirt?
Hindi, dark white lang. Dark white. Hindi, madali naman.
Kung panahon ngayon, hindi ka madidiscover ni Coach Charlie.
Uniforme. So, pag hindi lang uniforme, kakampi mo.
At least grabe
Madali naman kakasal eh.
Oh, pero Pisay nga. Tama yung Coach Charlie. Pisay.
Wala eh.
Oo, Pisay.
Hindi ka naman kilala dahil nagbabasketball ka eh. Kilala ka dahil galing kang Pisay.
Oo.
Galing ka siguro mag-backshot, Charlie 3 Farley, no? Backshot, ano?
Nami-measure lang.
Ang angulo ng mga backshot, gano'n.
Oh, geometry.
Force equals mass times acceleration.
Tapos,
pag sa open court yan, pare, hangin, inaano pa na yung hangin, ginagano pa.
Hindi, so nung college, sinubukan ko nga bumalik, di ba? Wala na eh. Siyempre, pag nawala yung 4 years mo na competitive sa sports, wala na. So, hindi na ako nakabalik. Yun ang frustration ko, di ba?
8 games na career, no?
Oo.
8 games, ano?
8 games, so. Buong high school.
Ang linis sa uniforme mo, no, pare?
Mas marami pa isang taong ko sa isang liga ko sa Don Antonio Spurs eh. So anyway, yun, yung mom ko nagpupunta doon sa
Games mo twice a year.
Don Antonio yun. Ngayon, sa alumni, wala girlfriend, di ba? Pag meron akong girlfriend,
Family na.
Yun. Tapos kaya ngayon, tumanda na yung anak ko, yun. Kakampi ko na. Yun. Ganun lang.
Okay.
Chief.
Okay. Ako naman, before tayo pumunta sa ating sa ating guest sportito.
Pero,
may pero pa.
Pero kung player pa, Coach Charlie nung panahon ko, naging player ako.
Hindi ka madidiscover nun dahil walang laro
game ka
lang
lang.
yun eh.
Isang
Hindi ka mag-fit
Pwede
sa
naman
schedule.
baliktad eh. Showbiz muna tapos.
Manonood si coach ng isang game mo, masama pa yung laro mo pala. Hindi ka
Wala,
makabawi.
nangyari.
Hindi ka pa naka-uniform, hindi ka makikilala.
Oo.
May
Yung
numero pa
numero
yung
Antolina na perdible.
Para ka runner.
Ano to, track and field? Yung pag nadapa ka, matutusok ka pa. Alam mo yun? Sinikong gano'n, baka bumukas yung perdible. Gano'n.
Lang yan.
Kayo na.
Okay, ako naman.
Damdamin ko eh.
Bago tayo pumunta sa ating guest sportito. Yung sa akin naman kung sports experiences ang pag-uusapan, wala, di rin ganun karami yung sa akin. I mean, I wasn't really part of any varsity team. Tapos, never naman ako nag-compete sa kahit na anong malaking tournament. So, actually, hindi ko alam kung isasagot ko. In terms of my parents,
Pwede naman magpa.
in terms of my parents, hindi ko rin masabi na they were very involved in my sports experiences. Kasi unang-una, I actually lost my dad early in life, no? So hindi din I when I grew up, he wasn't there anymore. And then my mom wasn't really that into sports as far as I know, no? So yun, ang pinaka-close na lang siguro na masasabi ko is that because I was the youngest of six and I had four older brothers. And then, meron pa kami isang pinsan na nakitira sa amin for a while kasi dun siya sa Cebu nag-college. Siguro sila na yung pinaka-involved sa sports experiences ko. Kasi nga, pag nagba-basketball, ako yung pinakamaliit noon dahil youngest nga ako, pero we would play basketball. Pero yun. And then, pag naglalaro kami ng basketball, walang bigayan. I mean, kahit na maliit ka, kahit na youngest ka, sabay, dapat kailangan mo sumabay. Na marunong kong sumabay. Tapos meron pa kami dati, although extended family na siya, yung driver namin nun, ganun din. Sobrang tangkad nun eh. Tapos every time na pag hindi ka, akala mo sobrang libre mo nang lumiap, biglang nasa likod mo siya, biglang sasapalin ka niya. Kahit na ganun, walang bigayan. No? I guess that's the involvement na bigay nila sa akin, no? And pero it was yung kuya ko na right before me. Siya yung pinaka malapit sa akin, no, na naging involved in my sports experiences kasi pareho magkalapit lang kami, 3 years lang yung agwat namin, tapos nakatulong pa. He was a fan of Pure Foods, tapos ako fan ako ng San Miguel, no? So may rivalry kami when it came to playing basketball. Saka ganun talaga, walang bigayan. Saka malaking tao siya. So pinopostehan niya talaga ako, tapos ako kung wari marunong akong mag-dribble, tapos iniiwasan ko siya. Ganun yung ano namin. And susundin ko yung style ni Gary. How did it mold me into who I am in sports today? Although wala pa akong anak, no? Every time that I play basketball with, say for example, my nephew, ganun din. Walang bigayan. Kung dapat sumabay ka sa akin, no? Kasi doon mo siya mamomold eh. Para hindi ka pagbibigyan ng nakakatanda sa'yo. Kasi kung gano'n na lang at gano'n, di ba? Parang mag-expect siya na, okay, pagbibigyan ako nito kasi nga tito ko siya, gano'n. So yun, I guess that's how my childhood experience with and my family's involvement in my sports experiences molded me into the sports fan that I am today and the sports enthusiast that I am today. So yun. So tapos na kami mga sportito. Dito naman tayo sa ating guest sportito sa ating subject matter. Yun. Sa ating special guest. Yun.
Well, ako kasi growing up, ang dami kong gustong gawin eh. I started as a swimmer. Yun yung first sport ko, swimming eh. Kasi, yung parents namin, kasi Chinese family eh. So medyo mahigpit. Hindi kami pinapalabas. And then, lahat kami magkakapatid nag-swimming. And then, one by one, we got sick. Naging, I think, nagka-allergy kami sa chlorine. So, we have to stop swimming. And then, when I was in high school, napasok ako sa student council. So I was in charge of the intramurals sa school. So I have to study all the rules. So ang dami ko gusto ko. Gusto ko mag-basketball, gusto ko mag-volleyball, gusto ko mag-track and field. Until, I think I wasn't good enough. Plus, wala talaga support sa parents namin kasi ayaw nilang, nasa sports kami. Kasi for them, parang, kailangan ang focus namin, matuto kami mag-business. So growing up, yung naging coach ko kasi sa swimming, naging PE teacher ko sa UST. And then, hindi ako umatid ng PE kasi noon. So tambay ako sa gym. And then, naging barkada ko yung mga players ng high school that time. Sila Rabay. And then, sila Bong Hawkins. And then, wala silang assistant coach. Kasi during the olden days, coach lang di ba? Parang coach lang. Wala nang assistant coach kasi wala namang budget. And then, sinabihan nila si Coach Arik na, Coach, wala naman kayong assistant, baka pwede si Charlie na lang assistant niyo. So that started it. Sabi ni Coach Arik, sige, kung alam mo yung basketball, di magtulong-tulong ka dito, sabi niya gano'n. And then, yung naging allowance ko sa UST that time, nung unang taon ko, 100 pesos a month. Tapos naging 200, naging 300. Kasi allowance kasi ng athletes yun eh. Na pag freshman ka, 100 pesos. Pag sophomore, 200. Ang maximum, 400. So nung nag-400, 400 na lang siya. Until when we formed the tallest high school lineup in the Philippines, medyo nagkagulo na yung ang dami ng nakialam, ang dami ng nangyari. So Coach Arik, actually wala na si Coach Arik ata noon eh.
Polito?
Si Coach Polito sa juniors, si Coach Bauzon sa seniors.
Yes.
Yun, and then they both transferred to Adamson, and then sinasama nila ako. Ayoko lumipat nung una eh. Kasi that time, ang lagi namin pinoprotesta, Adamson, kasi lagi may overage player. Yan, and then kinausap ako ni Father Singian, sabi niya, they don't need my services anymore. So, and that time, si Coach, ang pinapalit ng coach ng high school was si Al Francis Chua. And then he told me na, siya ayaw sa'yo nung nila father eh. Okay, no problem. And then I consulted Mrs. Francisco.
Yeah.
And then sabi niya sa akin, yeah, sabi ko, ma'am, kinukuha ko ng Adamson. Sabi niya, mali mo, blessing in disguise. Sabi niya ganon. And then sabi ko, okay. Although that time, I was invited to University of Hawaii.
Wow.
Kasi nagpunta yung coaching staff nila sa Pilipinas. They went to UST, UE, and FEU. And of all the people they met, sa akin sila natuwa kasi parang feeling ko naawa eh. Kasi when they found out, hindi kasi nagulat sila eh. Imagine sweldo ko 400 pesos a month. So,
wow.
And then they invited me to go to Hawaii. And then ayaw ko payagan ng parents ko that time. Parang sabi nila, bakit ka pupunta? Hindi mo kilala yung mga nag-invite. Sabi ko, whatever it is, sabi ko, kahit di niyo ako bigyan ng allowance, aalis ako, sabi ko. Kasi it's my chance, sabi ko, libre lahat eh. All expense paid.
Wow.
Diba? So, kahit na ayaw nila, so pinadalan ako ng sulat. I went to the US Embassy. I was able to get a visa. And then I flew to Hawaii on my own. And then pagdating ko doon, may limousine service. Grabe yung treatment. I have a suite
Ilan taon ka
room.
nito, Coach?
I was 27.
Wow. Okay.
So I have a suite room, limousine service, and then silver anniversary of Rainbow Classic, yung tournament ng Hawaii.
Hawaii,
So,
yeah.
So all the top schools were there, Purdue, Yale, and then I was introduced during the banquet dinner as their special guest from the Philippines. So I was so proud of myself that time. Parang kasi parang 'di ba? Ako lang yung nandoon, and then but they treated me so well, you know. And then pagbalik ko, nangyari na yung gulo. So nalipat kami sa Adamson na ako yung sinisid ng lahat, na ako daw yung nag-pirate sa lahat ng players.
Yan, naalala ko yun.
Na lumipat. Pero that time kasi, actually, I told the players, kasi kinausap ko sila. Sabi ko, you guys don't need to transfer. Kasi sabi ko, ang magkalaban lang eskwelahan natin. Diba? Pero tayo, we can still be friends.
Yeah.
Pero syempre, sila Coach Hipolito, sila Coach Bauzon, syempre may mga alaga sila eh. Like si Marlu. Kasi kababata ni Coach Bauzon yung tatay ni Marlu eh. Diba? So, nilipat nila sa Adamson. And then, other place transferred. Pero yung iba, sinabihan ko yung iba kasi, lalo na yung mga doubtful mag-seniors. Sabi ko, just stay and play high school. Sabi ko, kasi lumipat kayo, magre-residency kayo, hindi na kayo makakalaro. Diba? So sabi ko, just stay and play. Sabi ko gano'n. Yun, pero like what Mrs. Francisco said, might be a blessing in disguise, which really was a blessing in disguise kasi, lumaki yung sweldo ko sa Adamson. Plus, I was given a lot of opportunities.
Yeah.
And then nakapag-coach ako ng palarong pambansa. I was champion for 5 straight years.
Sa Laguna yun, di ba?
Yeah, so that started everything. And then, pero syempre, that time, hindi pa rin kasi ang sweldo ko sa Adamson, pinakamataas na nakuha ko doon, was 7,000 pesos a month eh. And then, nung nagkaroon ng MBA, they were getting me to be team manager of Batangas Blades nung first season, pero tinanggihan ko yun nung una eh. And then, nung going to the second season, nagkaroon sila kasi ng parang housewarming nung staff house. Yun, tapos I was invited there. Tapos kinamayan ako ni Santi Araneta telling me that was my first day as team manager. So nagulat ako. Pero wala na talagang, parang sabi niya, basta you're committed, you're our team manager. Yeah, so I was there for 2 years. And then after that, nag-agent na nga ako nung year 2000. And my first player was Chris Calagio. Pero may parents kasi, all throughout talaga, hindi sila supportive. Talaga ayaw nila eh. Parang ang lagi nila sinasabi sa akin, anong future mo dyan? Pero feeling ko kasi that time, parang destiny ko siya. Kasi hindi ko siya hinahabol, pero may nangyayari lagi. So, yun.
Question, coach. Yun nga, so yun ganda ng kwento, no? Turning point mo from coach, bigla ka magiging player agent. I mean, maybe can you tell us what was your mindset na parang, alam mo, lumipat ka or you went into that, no? Parang nabanggit mo nga. So, and then Chris Calagi was your first client ba ang tawag? Would you call him client or ano? Paano yung transition niya? Paano yung transition? Kasi wala naman yatang time niya, may courses na kailangan mo enroll to become a player agent or something like that. Paano yung naging transition mo from that?
Hindi kasi before I became team manager sa NBA, may mga nagpatulong na players eh. So I was the one who negotiated for the contracts of Eddie Laure, sila Dennis Madrid.
Batangas.
In the NBA.
In the NBA. Pero at that time, tulong-tulong lang. Alam mo yun, parang
pakipakailang yung ganun-ganun.
Even si EJ File when he went to the draft in the PBA, I was supposed to be his agent pero wala. That time medyo mahirap i-handle si EJ. So hindi kami nagkaayos doon eh. And then what happened was last game kasi ng San Juan Knights, kalaban nila kami, Batangas Blades. So, nung nagwa-warm up, lumapit sa akin si Chris, sabi niya, Coach, papadraft na ako sa PBA kasi last game ng San Juan Knights to, hindi na daw sasali yung San Juan the following season. Sabi niya, pwede ba ikaw manager ko? Sabi niya gano'n. Sige, sabi ko, usap tayo after the game, sabi ko. Yun, and then, when he went to the draft, I think he was drafted 4th overall. And I was able to get him a good contract. So, I think, naging word of mouth siya. Kasi lahat ng minanage kong players before, never akong yung lumapit sa kanila eh. All the players came to me asking me if I can help them. So, yun yung nangyari.
Wow.
Coach, nung lumapit si Chris Calagio, wala ka pang plano nun na maging player agent? Or
Actually,
it crossed your mind already?
Actually, when he went to the draft, tinulungan ko siya. Hindi pa ako seryoso noon.
Yeah.
And then yung team manager ng Wellcoat sa PBL told me, sabi niya, bakit di mo seryosohin? I think you're good at it. Sabi niya gano'n. Imagine, ang ganda na nakuha mong kontrata. Sabi niya gano'n. So, bakit di mo seryosohin yung pagmamanage? Sabi niya gano'n. So, sabi ko pa sa kanya, sige, pag-isipan ko. Yan, tapos yan, lumapit na sila Polar Taddy, Ronald Tubid.
Nice.
So, when they started coming to me, so sabi ko, parang okay to. Parang, I think, I think I'm doing a good job, So, parang, kahit na, kahit na hindi kasi alam ng parents ko kung ano ginagawa ko that time eh. Talagang hindi ko na pinapaalam sa kanila. Yeah, kasi even one time I was, nung nasa USD ako, when I was assistant coach, there was a time I got hospitalized for 3 days. Hindi ako umuwi, hindi nila alam na pag uwi ko, nagalit sa akin. Ikaw, 3 araw ka nawala, hindi ka nagpapaalam. Sabi ko, nandun ako sa ospital, sabi ko eh. So I don't let them.
Kayo po ang dapat kong pagalitan.
Yun na nga, I think yun yung nasa isip ko. Pag nalaman nila na nagkasakit ako, papagalitan ako eh. Dahil sabihin, yan, puros ka basketball. Diba? So, that time, I was on my own, kumbaga sa talagang, kung anong meron ako ngayon, talagang sariling sikap, I worked hard to where I am now.
Coach, ilan ang talents mo ngayon? Basketball lang?
Basketball, ang PBA kasi konti na lang eh. I think nasa 20 plus.
Okay.
And then, kasi yung iba na lang eh, parang I help them pero I'm not officially managing them anymore. Pero marami kasi kaming ngayon eh, college and high school players. I think most of the top high school players are with us.
Coach, when you say you manage the players, is this when you manage their basketball careers? I mean, talking to other schools or talking to teams, kayo yung go-between for the contracts? Or do you manage their careers, let's say, also pag may commercial endorsement, may mga ganun, outside of sports, kayo rin ba nagka-management or ibang grupo po yun?
Hindi, sa schools kasi, we don't interfere. We just give them advices. Kasi like, kung saan nila gusto mag-college, hindi namin sila pinapakialaman. Kaya nga yung issue nga nung yung kay CJ, na kesyo na plano ko na daw maaga, beforehand na lumipat na UP. Talagang, kaya nga sabi ko, buti na lang pwede mo lang i-save lahat ng mga messages ngayon eh. Diba? Kasi I was surprised eh. Kasi I was surprised when he told me na kasi siya eh, parang sabi niya sa akin, Tito siya, may narinig ka na ba? Tapos sabi ko, ano yun? Tapos sabi niya, wala. Sabi niya, usap na lang tayo pagbalik ko sa Manila. So I was surprised. Ko, ano yun? Bakit ayaw mo sabihin? Hindi, sabi niya, sige na, pagbalik ko na lang. Pero after a week, when I followed up, tapos doon na siya parang parang hindi na siya mapakali. Yun, tapos doon siya nagsabi na lilipat siya ng school. Tapos sabi ko, bakit? Ano nangyari? Tapos sabi niya, nagalit sa amin eh. Tapos sabi ko, hindi na maayos yan. Sabi niya, lilipat na nga ako eh. So yun lang yung sagot niya. And then sabi ko, paano ka lilipat? Sabi ko, kung lilipat ka, you better act fast. Sabi ko, kasi may residency eh. Diba? So sabi ko, pag hindi ka na-enroll itong school year sa school,
wala na.
Magiging 2 years yung residency mo. Diba?
Correct.
So sabi niya, hindi, may tumutulong sa akin. Sabi pa niyang ganon. Kasi meron siyang personal trainer, yung Better Basketball. And then, I think that guy, that trainer, already sounded off several schools na lilipat si CJ. Kaya sabi ni CJ, doon nalaman ko na, sabi niya, hindi, pagbalik ko sa Manila, tatawagan ako ni Coach Tab. So yun, isa-isa na siya until, yun, sabi ko, I can ask UP also, sabi kong ganon. And then sabi niya, sige, basta yun, sabi niya, si Coach Derek tumawag din sa kanya. Sabi ko, well, pag-isipan mo, sabi ko, you have to decide fast. Kasi sabi ko, timing is of an essence eh. Kung kailan ka dapat ma-enroll. Kasi alam ko sa UAAP rule, you have to be enrolled at the first day of school eh. Kailangan enrolled ka. Kasi pag late enrollee ka, hindi siya counted eh. Alam ko may ganung rule ng UAAP. Kaya nga mabilis yung naging so kinausap siya ni Coach Tab, kinausap siya ni Coach Derek, kinausap siya ni Coach Bo. Yeah, so from there, kung like what he told me kasi, parang yung naging feeling niya nung kinausap siya ni Coach Bo was the same feeling he had when UST recruited him to play.
So it was all his decision on the 3 schools. Kung saan siya
Yes.
papasok.
Mhm. Kasi I don't interfere. I don't decide for the players. Kasi ang like ko sinasabi sa kanila, don't let other people decide for you. Kasi pag ibang tao ang nag-decision sa inyo at mali yung decision, lagi kayo may sinisisi. So you will never be successful. Unlike pag decision mo yon, mali yung decision mo, paninindigan mo kasi yun eh. Kasi you have to make it work. 'Di ba? Kasi hindi pwede pumalpak eh kasi ikaw nag-decide noon eh.
Correct.
Okay. Ito tanong ko, Coach. Balik natin ng konti. Ay sige, ikaw muna, Coach.
Okay, since yun nga related dun sa topic natin yung parang role ng family with sports experiences. As an agent, you said earlier you were managing players as early as high school. So to some extent, may mga situations that you have to play the role of a parent, especially like for those kids na yung parents nila are in the provinces. I would assume na you'd have to play that role at some point for some kids.
Yeah, well, having coached high school for 16 years, kasi mahigpit ako eh. Even yung time na kasama ko si Coach Arik, si Coach Bauzon, si Coach Hipolito, yung 3 coaches kasi na yon, sobrang bait. Ako yung mahigpit eh.
Ito yung bad cup.
Ako yung bad cup, ako yung disciplinarian. So pag ako kasi nag-check ng academics nila. Actually when I saw the movie Coach Carter, parang feeling ko pinapanood ko sarili ko. Kasi sobrang higpit ko. Kasi even yung principal sa Adamson, nakaaway ko rin yun before. When I was new in Adamson, kasi nung bagong lipat kami sa Adamson, I realized yung mga high school players nila kasi doon, hindi pumapasok. So, and then pagdating nila ng 4th year high school, doon sila pinipilit pumasok. Ako hindi. So, ako kasi, di ba, having trained sa UST, sa UST kasi, 1st year to 3rd year, mahigpit tayo doon sa mga players. Di ba? Kasi kailangan magkaroon sila ng study habit eh. Sa Adamson, baliktad. Pagdating ng 4th year, doon sila pinipilit pumasok kasi they have to prepare for the NCE and college entrance exam. Ako kasi hindi. So napagalitan ako ng principal. So sabi ko, ma'am, kailangan kasi talagang I have to be very strict with them kasi I want them to have a study habit na kailangan talaga pumasok. And then, sabi niya sa akin, don't change our policy. Sabi ko, I'm not changing your policy. Sabi ko, ang akin lang kasi, I'm looking out for the future of these kids. Kasi hindi naman lahat to magiging players eh. So, kailangan may fallback. Kailangan nag-aaral. So, sobrang higpit ko talaga before. Kaya I'm just happy kasi, well, in spite na ang higpit ko before, to this day, kaibigan ko pa rin lahat ng mga naging players ko sa high school. Na hanggang ngayon meron kaming messenger group. So pag may birthday, nagbabatian, minsan they ask to have reunions. So I'm just happy na and then like when Bing Victoria was interviewed one time, he asked me to listen to it. Podcast yun eh. Kasi yun pala, isa sa topic niya was ako. So sabi niya na marami siyang natutunan sa akin on how to discipline players, how to deal with people. Tapos sabi nga niya na kung ano man siya ngayon, it was because of me. So, well, it's flattering pero parang nakakatuwa din na natulungan ko sila to be better people.
Pero coach, sinasabi mo kayo na you're the bad cop, tapos masyado mababait yung mga head coaches mo. Pero when I got to see you with your players, kasi I have good friends na players mo before, they were very close to you eh. Alam mo yon, hindi sila yung takot sa'yo or ilag sa'yo or what. Andun yung respect, pero talagang wala naman na list dun sa mga yon.
I think kasi I make them understand na kasi may bunso akong kapatid na bum, okay? He didn't even finish high school, nag-drugs, nagbisyo. And honestly kasi sobrang spoiled na nanay ko yun eh. So, parang ayoko kasi may matulad sa kanya doon sa mga players na hawak ko. Kasi hindi ko control yung brother ko kasi. Kasi pag umiyak yun, patay na ako sa nanay ko. Talagang ako yung
boxing.
Ako yung sasabunin eh. Talagang grabe yung galit sa akin pag So,
Okay.
gagawin lang ng brother ko, dadaanin sa iyak. Pag umiyak yun, patay na ako eh. Pero with these
Oh my
players
gosh.
kasi I experience kasi may mga dumalapit sa akin na parents eh. Sasabihin sa akin na, Coach, palaruin mo ni anak ko para mag-aral. So I tell the parents, ako, Ma'am, baliktarin ho natin ang sitwasyon. Sabi ko, kaya ho nandito yan, may talent ho yung anak nyo. Pero, pag-aralin nyo, kasi pag pasado, maglalaro yan for sure. But ayoko yung sinasabi nyo na palaruin ko para mag-aral. Baliktarin natin. Pag-aralin nyo para mag-aral.
Para makalaro.
Nice. Nice.
True.
Nice. Eto coach, would you say can you say na your experience na hindi ganun ka-supportive yung parents niyo sa sports or hindi ganun ka-involved yung parents niyo sa sports experiences niyo? Did it reflect now when you became the assistant coach or even now as a player agent, naging involved ba kayo, mas involved kayo in the lives of your of your wards, kumbaga? Is that how it could have changed or how it could have molded how you are as a sports agent or how you were as an assistant coach before?
Hindi kasi actually kasi may mga parents talaga na hindi supportive eh. And meron akong naging players na they feel bad na yung parents nila hindi supportive kasi nakikita nila may iba kasi sobrang supportive eh. And I always try to explain to them kasi iba-iba nga sitwasyon eh. Kasi sabi ko, 'di ba, even yung sa estado sa buhay kasi iba-iba. 'Di ba? Kasi syempre pag medyo mas mahirap yung magulang mo and they need to work, 'di ba? Hindi sila masyadong susuporta sa iyo eh. Actually growing up kasi, well, I didn't come from a well-off family. My parents have to work. Actually when my dad came to the Philippines, kargador lang siya eh. Alam mo 'yon? So he worked under his brother's company, nagkakargador siya. And then he met my mom. So I mean, kaya masyado silang focus sa business that time. Kasi talagang for them we need to excel sa business. Although ako kasi parang kasi ako eh, parang kasi growing up meron kami yung textile business eh.
Okay.
So pag yung mga kapatid ko nagbabantay ng store, meron silang sweldo, pero pag ako, di ko alam bakit pag ako walang sweldo. So sabi ko sa nanay ko, bakit pag sila parang nasa sweldohan, pag ako parang pero anyways, inano ko na lang kasi doon, it's pag Chinese ka kasi iba yung tradisyon eh. 'Di ba? Kasi favorite yung panganay na lalaki. Kasi middle child ako eh. So feeling ko, since middle child ako yung parang wala lang. Parang gano'n. Kasi yun eh, I have a eldest sister and then older brother, younger sister, youngest brother. So ako yung
Gitna talaga.
Gitna.
Pero sa lahat kasi ako talaga yung disciplinarian. So even yung older siblings ko, takot sila sa akin pag galit ako.
Wow. Wow.
Yun, so nadala ko siya when I was coaching, sobrang higpit ko. Well, one thing, nga, like what I said, kasi ayoko kasi may matulad sa brother ko.
Mhm.
And then, outside the court naman, mabait talaga naman ako sa kanila. Kaya, like what Farley was saying, close ko sila outside the court. Pag walang practice kasi, yeah, we watch movie, we eat together. Yun. Ganun naman yung ano ko sa kanila. I treat them, ano lang talaga, basta pag trabaho.
Isa ka nakasabay kita eh. Namimili kayo sapatos ni Paul sa Nike sa Makati. Batian lang, ganun lang. By chance, si Coach Charlie. Bait. Dali mag-alaga ang player.
Thank you.
Sana naging player na ako.
Sana naging player ka na lang, Pals, no?
Oo. Yun ang frustration ko eh.
Speaking of frustration ni Farley, nabanggit niya na sana nagpamanage siya sa'yo. Tell us about virtual playground. Tama po ba?
Yeah,
tell us about management company. Aside from managing basketball players, what kind of other players or people do you manage? Do you manage? Ano ba yun? Do you manage?
Kasi noong 2014, nakita kami ni Dondon Monteverde sa Araneta. Okay. Although before that kasi, Viva, Vic De Losario already approached me wanting to partner with me. Pero sabi ko sa Viva kasi that time, kay Vic De Losario, send me a proposal. I want to see what kind of partnership do you want?
Wala.
And then wala naman silang pinadala sa akin proposal. And then I bump into Dondon sa Araneta kasi alaga ni Dondon kasi si James Yap eh.
Ay, maniwala lang tatlong yung kanina sige.
Yun, so sabi ni Dondon, oy, tagal lang, usap naman tayo, sabi niya gano'n. And then, so, he got my number, usap kami, tapos sabi niya, bakit di tayo mag-joint forces, sabi niya. Tapos, inaano niya ako, sabi niya, saka, alam mo, mas kikita ka sa showbiz, sabi niya gano'n. Kasi mas malaki yung kasi sa player agents kasi, we only get 5% eh.
5 lang ba ang prevailing ngayon, Coach?
Wow.
Alin?
5 lang ang prevailing ngayon?
Oo, 5 lang.
Like sa akin, 10 ka, Coach. Sa akin, 10 ka, kahit 15 pa.
And then sa showbiz kasi 30%. Kaya sabi ko doon, pag showbiz ka, mas yan. Sabi ko, hindi ko linya eh. Sabi ko gano'n. So, we thought of putting up a company. Yun, so, nagkaroon nga ng virtual playground noong 2014. So, we started puro basketball din siya eh. Until when volleyball was starting to be popular, we started managing volleyball players. Sila Mika Reyes, si Mark Espejo, si John Vic de Guzman, Gemma Galanza. And then, we were in LA. Biglang tumawag naman si Dayan Castillejo kay Dondon kasi naghahanap daw ng manager si Brandon Vera.
Oh, wow.
So Brandon was here in Manila, so he flew back to LA just to meet with us. Yun, so nag-usap lang kami ng isang gabi, the following night, he signed with us. So he's now with us also. And then si Mark Strigel. And then we also have si Pauline in Taekwondo. And then meron din kami mga swimmers. And then now we also have actors and singers. Kasi we're partnered with Avex. Avex is the biggest management company in Japan. So yung may mga batang singers kami, 10 of them, na tinetrain ng Avex. So sing and dance. So, they pay for their
training,
voice lessons and dance lessons.
Wow. So parang yung mga K-pop stars.
You handle basically
Parang
Ano
yung
yun?
mga K-pop stars ganun. Parang bine-build up silang ganun. Yung mga talents niya sa Avex.
Yeah, actually, sinamahan ko yung 5 bata last year sa Japan. Kasi we were there for a week. Meron silang dance workshop saka voice lessons for 1 week lang naman. Parang trinay sila kung anong level talaga sila, ganun.
Okay. Nice.
So basically, coach, you handle in terms of managing them, you manage their careers towards a certain goal, or do you manage just, let's say, business opportunities, business yung mga endorsements nila? Pag may lumalapit sa kanila, endorse mo yung ganyan or promote mo yung ganyan, they have to pass through you? Ganun ba yun? Or do you actually look for opportunities for them also?
Yeah, so lahat naman, bale, we get them endorsements. Like I talk to the shoe brands for them. Well, mostly are with Nike, some are with Adidas. Meron din kami women's basketball, si Christiana di maunahan. And then, yun, even Pauline Lopez is now with Nike. And then kanina may meeting rin kami with Milo for renewal of her contract with Milo.
Nice. Okay.
Coach, paano yung ano? Ay, may follow-up ka, Gar? Sige, go.
No, kasi, sino alam to, I used to work before coach with Ronnie Hinares sa Primeline Inc. So, yung management is very familiar sa akin. So, actually, one of my first jobs, I used to manage, showbiz din ako before. I used to manage Regine and Jano Gibbs before. Pero as a personal manager, so parang, I'm sure alam ni coach yun, hindi mo kayang bantayan lahat yan eh. Di ba? Lahat sa maghahanap ng attention. So you have your own parang lieutenants or personal managers who go around with them or PAs. Di ba? Parang, so sila yung actual kausap mo or sila yung in your behalf, di ba? Parang may mga ganun ka rin, I'm sure.
Yeah,
I was one of those.
Yung mga nasa showbiz kasi, meron kaming road managers who
road managers. Basically, yun yung job ko before. So, I know how hard it is to sometimes deal with all these quote-unquote talents and egos. So, kailangan minamasahin every time. So,
totoo
alam mo
yun.
hindi take, ano yan, yung ginagawa ni Coach Charlie na ganyan karami, naku, napakahirap niyan. It takes away. Kaya kung marami ng puting box, si Coach Charlie, alam natin kung bakit. I'm sure, hindi lahat madaling i-management yan. Kasi may mga dyan magtatampo, bakit di mo na ako binibisita? Bakit di mo na ako bakit ako walang business opportunity? Ba't si ganito, may ganito? Naku, sigurado pero tinamo si Coach Charlie, bata pa rin itsura. Pero sure, dumadami rin yung puting box niya paminsan.
Puti na lahat yan. I think 80% of
puti na wala siya. Wala lang ako eh. Go ahead, Farley.
Kunwari, merong situation na lang. Kunwari may player na merong hindi magandang chismis na umiikot. May parang chismis na nape-presume siyang ganon. Lumapit sa'yo. How do you tackle that?
Well, we help them. There was a time
kung totoo yung chismis.
Well, pag totoo kasi, like yung mga videos na ano.
Mga di ka nais na mga video.
Hindi, kasi meron talaga meron sindikato, 'di ba? Actually, kung si Kiefer nga na 'di ba? Na isahan eh. Di lalo na yung mga mas bata, 'di ba? So, may mga nangyari, may mga mas bata kasi na nagkaroon ng video eh. And syempre, medyo yung parents kasi, although kasi they went to the NBI, they reported, although kasi yung video kasi na nilabas, hindi naman siya full eh. Parang teaser. So parang hindi nila mahuli yung ano. And then, ako naman, dinadaan ko na lang sa biro. Parang, ayaw ko silang ma-pressure. So dinadaan ko sa biro. Although I try to talk to them and tell them na, at least, matuto ka na, di ba? I mean, well, you're still young, and kahit na meron ka niyan, sabi ko, ang daming artista may ganun eh. And wala, di ba? Parang pag lumipas yan, wala na rin yan. Hindi napapansinin ng tao yan. So,
Coach, follow up lang.
Yeah.
Hindi sa ganung mga scandal or mga video-video. Yung sports-related issues.
Well, kung sinasabi mo yung mga benta-benta,
Yeah. Point
Kasi-
shaving,
well,
fixing.
I tell them straight. May mga players ako before, well, hindi na sila under sa akin. Kasi pag ayaw nilang makinig talaga, I drop them.
Oh, wow.
Kasi pag medyo doubtful ako, I tell them straight. Sabi ko, yung laro mo, grabe sabi ko, kakaduda yan sabi ko. Sabi ko, pag ganyan ka, hindi tayo magkakasundo dyan. Kasi sabi ko, I don't want to manage players na may ganung reputation. Diba? Kasi madadama yung ibang players na hinahandle ko So I would rather drop you than have my other players be accused na nagbebenta. All basketball has been very good to me and I will not get involved in whatever game fixing. No,
May
actually,
diretso sa inyo, Coach?
yeah, lumapit sa akin. At sinabihan ako na ako na lang daw kakausapin para isa na lang daw. Tapos ako na lang daw kumausap sa mga players ko.
Wow.
Nakarampant,
Yeah, pero sabi ko, sorry, di ko gawain yan. It's not gonna happen. Sabi ko, kung may ibang agent ka na nakakausap na gano'n, count me out.
Nice. Integrity of the game.
Pero
talaga.
yung mga players talaga, kaya nga I watch all their games. Kasi nga, pag masama yung laro, talagang kinakausap ko sila.
Oo.
Tsaka hindi naman mape-perfect yan
Yeah, I mean,
Yung laging dahilan, off day, off game, off night, off day.
hindi, pero may syempre like I've watched so many games. I've been in basketball for nag-start ako in 1981 o 39 years. 'Di ba? Sa dami ng pinanood kong basketball,
Alam mo na yun.
'di ba? Alam mo na yung mga layup
Kalawang
na
iba.
yung mga layup na kaduda-duda, 'di ba?
Mga tawag kontrapektus, alam mo yun?
Oo, tapos yung fa-foul ka na wala namang rason para foul, 'di ba? Parang yun, sad to say may mga pero mahirap lang talagang
Mahirap i-prove, pero the doubts will be there
Hindi, ako, Coach, sorry, bago tayo lumipat sa next. Coach, so if somebody wants to be a player agent, ngayon na term na siya, sure, as we were all growing up, kami, not si Chito, kami nila Farley, hindi po uso yan until alam na yung mga agent panahon na yan, siyempre sila, mga agent ni Michael Jordan, sila Fox, sila David Falk, yung mga ganyan, and then sila LeBron. In the Philippines, kukunti lang kami mga may kilala niya player agent, and you are being one of them, one of the more prestigious na kilala namin. How does one become a player agent? How do we apply somewhere? Do we go to you? Coach Ryan, hire mo naman gusto maging player agent eventually? Or what's your advice to people who gusto maging, someone like you, to go into a business like you?
Well, actually, may mga lumapit na before may mga binigyan ko advices, may mga nag-try, but it didn't work out Kasi hindi siya madali. Kasi kala nung iba, madali lang Kala nila, magmamanage ka lang, ganun-ganun lang Pero,
yeah,
kasi I always remind them na you have to establish relationships not just with the players but with the teams.
Yeah.
'Di ba? Kailangan kasi may good relationship ko with everyone. And then sa players kasi sabi ko siguro sabi ko nga dun sa iba nag-try you can start with one player like what I did before, 'di ba? Kasi pag naalagaan mo yung isa, magiging word of mouth yan pag maganda yung alaga mo doon sa player. 'Di ba? Para hindi ka mahirapan. 'Yun, sabi ko you can top the top high school college players, 'di ba? Tapos may mga binigay pa akong mga pangalan. Sabi ko, ito mga walang managers pa to. Lapitan mo, kausapin nyo. Sabi ko gano'n. And then bigla akong binalikan na ikaw the manager, sabi ko gano'n. Sabi ko, hindi, honestly, sabi ko, hindi ako manager nila. Baka gusto nila ako maging manager. Pero sabi ko, I'm not managing them. Kaya nga binigay ko sa iyo yung mga list ng players na walang agent pa, sabi ko. Yun. And then, so nag-try itong isang to, ayaw ko na lang i-mention yun eh. Pero it didn't work out eh. Kasi parang iba yung...
Tago natin sa pangalang coach.
Ha?
Magulo.
Tago natin sa
Ang
pangalan.
magulo dyan. Uy.
Sige.
Yun. And then, kasi ginawa niyang talagang negosyo. Parang walang relationship eh. Parang pag kontrata, ito yung cut ko, ito yung ganito. Parang
Hindi
Pwede
pwede naman.
pera player agent eh. It's
Oo,
a relationship.
kasi like with me, parang yung mga players kasi na pag minimum yung contract, hindi ko na kinukuha na ng komisyon. Parang, di ba? Sometimes they want to give it to me, but I keep telling them, just keep it to yourselves. Sabi ko, ipunin nyo na lang. Di ba? Kasi sabi ko,
So meron kang mga pro bono, coach?
oo naman. Kaya
Pag
sinasabi
ito-
ko, ipunin nyo na lang. Sabi ko, basta I want you guys to assure me kasi na mag-iipon kayo. Yun.
Aha.
Relationship talaga yan. You nurture your relationship with the player.
Mhm.
Hindi pwedeng pera-pera lang talaga eh. Babagsak at babagsak eh.
Yes. Kasi hindi siya madali mag-manage kasi. Yun na, lang sa kultura kasi natin. Kasi
Pamilya.
involve ang magulang, involve ang
Yes,
girlfriend,
ako yung-
involve ang asawa.
Naku,
Diba?
pati yung mga yun, kahit paano ma-manage mo, di ba?
May player nga akong sinabihan dati. Sabi ko, sino ba binamanage ko? Ikaw ba asawa mo? Asawa na nakikialam eh.
Ngayon, tapos ngayon, Coach, COVID pa naman 19, I'm sure, mas lalong challenging ang ginagawa mo kasi hindi ka masyado makalabas and, do business with your clients right now.
Yeah, well, we have online shows that we try to keep them busy. So meron kami virtual game night.
Cool.
Meron kaming
Galing.
virtual
Galing.
invasion of privacy. Yeah, so we try to
Just to keep the
Okay.
relationship going. No? Na parang may kayo.
Oo, galing,
May contact pa rin. Yeah, I see that. Di ba may
Yes.
YouTube channel kayo, coach, no? Yung Virtual Playground has
yes.
a YouTube channel.
Well, yeah,
Ang lakas
virtual
ng mic ko,
playground. Panoorin nyo, marami kami mga contents doon na nakakatuwa naman actually.
To see the other side of the talents that are under the stable of sila,
the
sila Coach
talents.
Charlie. Wow.
Okay.
Ganda. Daming mga Okay. And that is our segment called Noong Ako Ay Bata Pa. Okay.
Haba.
Uy, mahaba.
Dami pa
Yo,
nga namin
wala
gusto
na,
itanong eh, pero
Dahil-
dahil-
sobrang haba.
Yun. Okay, so punta na tayo dun sa natin, no? Sa third segment natin, sa last segment natin for the week. And it is Tara Laro Tayo. Yun, kung saan Coach Charlie, the three of them, the three sportitos, si Farley, si Gary, tsaka si Coach Noy, will have a quick trivia game na sinet up ko. Score overview natin from the past
Wag
couple of
na.
weeks. Meron, may slide na akong ginawa eh. At third, with 53 points.
Nakakit
Excited. Second, with 57, Mr. Pasabog Parley Aguila. And currently leading with 88 points. Coach
Wow.
Meron.
Ano ba yan?
Noy Akbay
Ano
ka.
ba yan?
Okay,
Oh.
question number 1. Kung nakinig kayo kanina.
Naku.
kami.
Naku.
Okay.
Patay.
Which NBA team did Coach
Oh,
Charlie
no!
first manage? Cebu
Oh,
Gems,
no!
Manila Metro Stars, Batangas Blades, or the Davao Eagles? And go!
Nakinig ako.
Nakinig din. Wala. Kung
Napil-
tama si coach, wala na. Coach,
Napilitan lang. Kinamayan lang tapos
Nadala sa
manager
kamay.
na.
Ang sagot ay Batangas Blades. Ayun. Coach Char, in your opinion, ano yung pros and cons nung setup ng NBA?
Hindi, actually kasi, maganda siya eh. Yung first 2 years ng NBA, sobrang, di ba, rockstar lahat ng players eh. Ang mali lang kasi that time, ang ABS kasi wanted to kill the PBA. Kasi hindi nila makuha yung TV rights ng PBA eh. So they told the teams to pirate players to transfer to the PBA, to the NBA. So trinay nila yan sila Cap Alvin, sila Marlo Aquino. Pero walang lumipat. 3 lang ang nakuha nila, si Vince Season, si Bong Alvarez,
Ilo.
saka
Agustin, di ba?
hindi, ato yata wala na yata talaga sa
wala na ba
PBA that time.
Okay.
Yeah. So may 3 eh. But anyways, and then syempre, ang maximum ng PBA that time 500,000 a month. So ang ginawa ng NBA, nag-offer ng 600,000. Hindi na sustain kasi nga nung binatawan din ng ABS yung yung mga teams kasi subsidize ng ABS yung sweldo ng mga malalaking sweldo eh. So nung nawala siya yun, nabaliktad siya eh. So eventually NBA teams were selling their good players to the PBA.
Okay. Sayang.
Pero sayang, ganun ng NBA. Natuwa ako sa NBA.
Natuwa ako nung lumabas talaga yung NBA na yun. Lalo na. Diba?
Super sayang siya kasi talagang ang ganda sana nung concept. And then we're traveling all over the Philippines. Maganda siya for tourism also.
Yes.
Pero yun na nga, parang sobrang binilisan yung paglaki. So, sana hindi nga matuloy yung MPBL sa nangyayari. Or sa nangyayari sa NBA.
Yeah. Okay, question number 2. Okay, ito. Dahil nga team owner din si Coach Charlie. Which NBA team owner is known for his crazy and passionate in-game celebrations whenever he watches his team make good plays? Makes good plays tuloy. A. Tillman Fertitta. B. James Dolan. C. Steve Ballmer. Or D. Michael Jordan. And go.
Wala si Mark Cuban.
Kala ko nga si Mark Cuban eh.
Ako rin.
Pipili kayo dun sa pinakita ko. Kasi actually kaya ko rin iniwasan yun si Cuban.
Oo, kasi mahahati eh.
James Dolan.
Hindi.
Alam ko.
Hindi ba mga fans ang nag-go crazy pag nakikita?
Taga-Loyola yan eh. Yung sagot dyan, taga-Loyola.
Hindi.
Grand Villas?
Marikina. Ano sagot?
Ang sagot ay
Bomber.
C. Steve Ballmer.
Tama?
Okay.
Taga-Loyola yan.
Bakit taga-Loyola?
Mr. Ballmer.
Embalsador.
Yan, no?
Gawa na tayong bagong show.
Puro hiritan, ganon. Ganon din naman ginagawa natin ngayon eh.
Alam mo yun, hindi kawawa yung mga embalmer sa totoo lang
Bakit?
Nahihiwalay sila sa asawa kasi work from home ngayon eh. Takot yung mga asawa nag-uuwi ng bangkay. Ano? Bentang-benta ano? Ano kayo ngayon?
Wait lang.
Ano?
Akala ko yung joke mo kasi, di ba? Yung mga iba kasing tao, hanap buhay siya, hanap patay.
Luma na yan.
Iba na tayo ngayon. Slapstick na tayo, ha?
Hindi na nag-asawa, work from home.
Parang bumalik tayo sa Tito Vic and Joey, ha?
Bentang-benta sa Canada, ha? Kita mo naman.
Tuloy na natin.
Hindi namin inaasahan. Ni-level up mo, eh.
Pare, ganun ang kaboring dito sa Canada sa mga jokes na tatawa ako.
Alam mo, yan. Nakuha ko na naman ng trono, ha? Nakuha ko na naman ng trono. Marami kong masinte, ha?
Okay, galingan na natin, ha?
Okay. Ito. Question number 3. In this HBO series, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson played Spencer Strasmore, a retired NFL player turned financial manager of other NFL players. A. People's manager. B. Ballers. C. Pass me the rock. Or D. Tooth Fairy. And go. Coach,
Ballers.
sa US, maraming iba't ibang mga klaseng manager.
Ata,
Dito sa Pilipinas, ganun din, di ba? Yung sabi mo na may mga road manager, may mga, ganun din ba yung setup dito? May separate yung financial manager, separate yung business manager.
Dito hindi. Dito isa lang talaga eh.
Mm.
Parang all in one. So,
Oh, okay. Pero may
kaya
mga
mas mahirap
din.
yung trabaho.
Oo.
Although kasi yung finances kasi dito sa local kasi hindi mo siya pwedeng pakialaman kasi parang for them it's personal. So once you interfere, mas nagagalit sila sa iyo.
I see. So, in terms of contract negotiations, doon lang kayo. Pero yung how they spend their money, hindi nyo na dapat na pinapakialaman yun. Yun yung ano doon.
Yeah, ayaw nila. Although ako kasi, I advise them. Pag may nakikita akong hindi maayos, I talk to them. Kasi may mga players kasi na pagkatapos ng basketball career nila, 0 eh.
Mm.
Yun. So, I always remind them about, saving for the rainy days. So,
Nice. Okay. And the answer to the question is ballers. And si Dwayne Johnson actually played college football pero nagpa-draft siya sa NBA, sa NFL pero hindi siya na-draft. Yun.
Wala.
Kaya naging
Mali.
artista na lang siya. Okay. Question number 4. Ito. Which NBA team was Manny V. Pangilinan rumored to have interest in buying in 2011?
Wow.
A. Sacramento Kings, B. New York Knicks, C. Golden State Warriors, or D. Brooklyn Nets. And go.
Wow.
Siyempre.
Coach, kayo, may plans ba kayo to expand to owning teams in other leagues, in other areas? Or
No.
okay na tayo dun
No.
sa alam?
Ang bilis na sagot. No. Ang bilis. Emphatically, no.
No. Sobrang hirap.
Sobrang hirap. Okay.
Coach, any news kay kay Jimmy Alapag, nakakuha ba siya sa NBA? Wala pa.
Parang may invitation siya for for the G League.
Miami?
G League.
G League.
So,
Nice.
I think kakausapin niya in the next few weeks kung magkakaayos sila.
That's good. And the answer
Ano
to the
sagot?
question is the
Sacramento.
Sacramento Kings.
Ay, mali ako. Sabi ko.
Kabaliktaran na ng t-shirt mo, hindi mo pa nakuha.
Huh?
Hindi ka baliktaran.
Queen.
Queen kasi, Queen and King. Okay.
Eh,
Question number 5. Ito.
ay, na naman.
Which NBA sports agent is currently the Vice President of Operations for the Los Angeles Lakers?
Ano pa?
Jeff
Mahirap pa.
Schwartz, B. Rich Paul, C. Arn Tellem, or D. Rob Pelinka? And go.
Sino naman yung mga Jeff Schwartz na yan?
yung kanta ni James Ingram.
Huh?
Wow, Farley,
Hindi
sobrang
ko na
layo.
alam yan. Okay, moving on.
Ako rin, ayoko na alamin.
Mas gusto niyo yung embalmer, ha?
Okay yun. Gusto ko yun.
The answer,
More of that, please.
Work from home,
The
ha?
answer to this question is Rob Pelinka. Okay.
Tama rin si Coach na wala rin. Wala silbi.
Okay. Wow, okay. Score update. Ano ba to? Lalaroin pa ba natin to?
Ganun ka naman ako.
In the lead.
Bakit? Ano
Huwag na natin laruin
In
to.
the lead with 25 points so far. 25 points ha. Wala pa siyang mali. Si Coach Noy, Africa. Second,
Alam mo,
Medyo
dudo
na yun.
rin ako sa leakage dito eh.
second with 14 points. Gary Villanueva. And third with 12 points. Farley Aguila. Oh. Oo, Carly.
Game fixing? Game
Game
fixing?
fixing.
Hindi mo
May
game fixing
delay.
yung nasa Canada,
Oo.
May delay.
Okay, question number 6.
Tara, tuloy na natin to.
Which player agent was known for bringing in quality imports in the PBA such as Justin Brownlee and Ronaldo Balkman? A.
Oh my God,
Matthew
sino to?
Manotoc. B. Bobby Rios. C. Cheryl Reyes. Or D. Dondon Monteverde. And go. Coach, di ba
Hindi
naging
na ako sure.
player ninyo sa sa Alab si both si Justin tsaka si Ronaldo Balkman? How was it having them as your players in the team?
Sobrang bait nila.
Talaga?
You know, I'm just so happy having worked with them kasi talagang very professional.
Nice.
Nice.
Wow.
May traction ba yung
Balkman?
pagiging naturalization ni Brownlee? Is it gaining traction ba? Wala kang balita from here from Canada eh.
Wala akong
Naka-file.
balita rin.
Parang
Nakafile.
inuuna nila yung kay Anje.
Oo, kasi nga per the
Okay.
di ba? Per the window.
Are you allowed ba to have more than one naturalized
Hindi.
player in your team?
No. Kaya
One
nga di ba
lang.
nagsalitan yun si Pringle
Ah,
saka
okay.
si CS, di ba? Nung isang ano.
Ang plano
Oh.
ata nila si Ange for Asian level muna.
Pero you can have maraming naturalized players, pero in the lineup, you can only place one. Tama ba?
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes it a little easier, I guess.
Galing sana no kung si Brownlee na si JB naging naturalized player natin.
Oo, galing nun.
Boss
Basta
Charlie,
pag-
kung ikaw mamimili ka na isang player to naturalize, sinong best bet mo?
Big ang kukunin ko eh.
Big pa rin talaga, no?
Oo eh.
Yun
Yun
yung
talaga
pinaka-
kulang eh.
Oo.
Would you go European or American?
Mas bagay siguro sa atin ng European.
Talaga. Nice.
Okay.
Actually kasi yung sinasabi ko eh.
Go ahead,
Hindi,
Coach.
yung sinasabi ko kasi since the start, kailangan kasi lahat ng malalaking players natin turuan na rin talaga lahat shoot from the outside eh. Kasi diyan naging successful yung Korea, ang China,
Yeah.
'di ba? Kasi hindi na pwedeng sa loob ka lang.
Yeah.
Tama, Coach.
Iba na talaga yung game ngayon. Yun yung basic na ano.
Agree.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, the answer to this question is
Cheryl Reyes.
Cheryl Reyes.
May sure rest in peace.
Yeah. Yun. Okay. Next question. Question number 7. Jeannie Buss of the LA Lakers is the first female controlling owner in the NBA to win a championship. True or false? True or false? 50-50 na lang yan, ha? And go.
Trolls.
Okay.
Maybe.
And the answer is true. Of course, she achieved this.
Truly in love.
Yeah.
So true.
Boss Charlie, ba kailangan mo manager sa singing career mo? Andyan si Farley. Balik ta rin naman natin.
Nag-uusap na lang kami ni Coach Charlie.
Next.
No, next
Ayaw
question.
natin sana, tabak tayo.
Basta?
Question number 8.
Yes.
10 tayo, di ba? 10 na tayo.
Ba ngayon?
Pare, for moral victory lang tayo, Parley. Tayo na lang nagko-compete for all intents and purposes eh.
Patalo ka
Which
na.
of the following former NBA players does not currently own a professional sports team? A. Michael Jordan. B. Larry Bird. C. Magic Johnson. Or D. Yao Ming. And go. Yun. May mga nagtanong na ba sa inyo, Coach, na mga players na naisip nilang gusto nilang mag-own ng team in the future or may humihingi na sa inyo ng
Wow.
tips, na mga
Hindi ka-
ganon?
Hindi so?
Sorry.
naman.
Wala pa. Wala pa.
Okay.
Lagay ko, hindi kaya. Yung team ng Don Antonio Spurs, pwede.
Pwede. Mag-ownership consortium na kayo. Kasama ka dapat, Pars, ano?
Don Antonio, sorry for Don Antonio Spurs.
Okay, so the answer is yun, si
Larry
Larry Bird. Ba, alam nyo lahat to?
Ha?
Si Larry Bird ang wala. Si Larry Bird ang walang team. Everyone else has a team. Yun. Kahit si Shaq.
Parang malungkot si Yao Ming nun.
Ang hirap maghanap ng
Parang
picture
malungkot
niya.
sa meron.
Yun.
Okay.
Okay, second to the last question.
Tabak na ka, Farley, tabak na kita.
Eto, ayan.
Uy!
Eto baka hindi niya alam
Oh
to.
no!
Not worse
naku!
than the last Charlie.
Hindi na kwento
yan.
First state.
Coach, PM mo nga sa akin,
in
Coach.
UST.
PM mo na agad, dali.
A, business management. B, psychology. C, accounting. And D,
Oh my God! Di ako
and
nakikinig.
go.
Parang may
Hindi ako
hula ako.
nakikinig.
Parang may hula ako. Di
Ako hula lang din ako
Di
hula.
minention yan kanina, di ba?
Oo nga, hindi na mention. Deep cut. Ito na
Oh my
pinaka
God!
deep
Ako
cut
hula
ko
lang to.
na.
Hula.
Kasi meron dalawa na ipindot ko. Baliktad, sorry. Ano pa yan?
Wala na!
Wala na, nag-times up na nung pumasok yung pangalawa mo eh.
Kaya nga, yung una.
Yung una.
Okay.
Okay.
Boss, ito ba yung gusto ng magulang mo na i-take up?
Oh, yun yung ano.
Hindi.
Yep.
Okay. And the answer is, Coach Charlie, kayo na magsabi. And the answer is?
Psychology!
Architecture.
Architecture. Pero nag-shift kayo later on to commerce. Tama, Coach, no?
Yep.
Oh, no. Wow, double listening ah.
Hindi minention
Hindi
yan.
mention yan.
Coach, kayo
Sa
gumawa
research.
ng USD?
Okay. Ito, last
Wala niya, dalawa na sinagot ko, pareho pang mali.
Last question tayo.
Para sumagot ka pa rin isang beses.
Sportito. Ito, dahil nga, ano na tayo, di ba? Nagiging
Last na
topic
to?
na natin to. Last question. Question number 10. Which actor said this line in the movie Jerry? Dahil nga si Coach Charlie ang Jerry Maguire ng Pilipinas.
Yun.
Ako.
Wala
With
pa
the
rin.
money.
Ano?
Show me the money daw.
So, the peanuts.
Baka
A,
magkamali ka.
Tom Cruise. B, Denzel Washington. C, Jerry O'Connell. Or D, Brad Pitt. Sorry, hindi pala si Jerry O'Connell. Matthew McConaughey. And,
Ano ulit? Nadali! Choices!
A, Tom
Bakit di mo
Cruise.
nakikita?
B, Denzel Washington. C, Matthew McConaughey. Or D, Brad Pitt. And go.
Type ka ba ng go?
Hindi.
Hindi ba
Sabi
automatic
siya.
yung go ko?
Hindi, kaya nga hindi ako sumasagot kanina, kaya late ako eh.
So, okay, and the answer is yon. Hey, Tom Cruise. Okay.
Cruise.
Oo.
Wala ako si pambabauta.
Sinabi rin ni Cuba Gooding buti
Oo.
wala sa choices.
Kaya nga tinanggal ko rin siya sa choices. Okay. Wow.
Pag ito natalo, dinaya to.
Talo naman tayo eh.
So,
Perfect na naman, perfect.
Pagdaya dyan.
Alam mo, pag
with
merong perfect, pagdududa ka eh.
with 49 points. Ayun, hindi perfect.
Oh, hindi perfect ha.
Naunahan ka lang sa isa?
Oo, dun sa dulo. Kasi hindi ko napindot yung enter ng go. Pero nasabi ko naman yung go. With 49 points, Coach Noy Africa at second place with 27 points. Well, 22 points yung
Tayo, grabe.
Farley Aguila. And the third
Celebrate
with
ka pa.
25 points. With 25 points. So malapit naman kayong dalawa ni Farley. Yung si Gary Villanueva.
Talaga.
May delay
Basta
talaga.
ako,
So next week, hindi na ako sasali.
One-on-one na lang to,
And
one-on-one.
that is Tara Laro
Next week,
Tayo.
wala na yung portion na to next week.
You say that every week.
Yan din sinasabi ko every week. Pero kung magbobotohan tayo, sige, tanggalin na natin to next week.
Then next week, one-on-one muna para makahabol sa
sige.
score.
Para
Oo,
makahabol,
tama.
pwede.
Okay.
Tama.
Chill
Okay.
leader lang ako next week.
Basta ako,
Ano?
sariling kayod ko yan.
Yan.
Wala na si Farley next.
Nagpapasin na chumichismis.
Pag wala na si Farley next week, alam natin kung bakit. Pinali siya ni Coach Charlie. Inabiso siya. Walang mangyayari sa karir mo kasama mo yung tatlo na yan.
Okay. And that was laro tayo.
Coach, thank you, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you very much, then.
Pasensya na ko. Sana ko pagod ka. Pinagbigyan mo kami.
Okay. That brings us to the end of another episode of Laro-Laro Lang. Bago tayo tuluyang magpaalam, again, pasalamatan natin si Coach Charlie for joining us for tonight. No, yun na nga, pagod si Coach Charlie pero sumali pa rin siya sa atin, nakigulo pa rin siya. Sumama siya sa gulo natin, sa sobrang gulo natin.
At naguluhan siya.
Sa gulo natin.
Ginulo natin siya.
Oh,
Ito yung masaya. So, thank you for inviting me. Sobrang natuwa naman ako.
Yun. Again,
Coach,
Coach Charlie.
next time may...
Go.
Sorry, baka meron kang mga next time na gustong i-announce, ha? Pwede mo nga-announce through us, na? Para may pasabog kami.
Actually, Coach Charlie.
Para makilala naman kami.
Oo. Para nagpaparinig kami, gusto mo magmayas ng 4 na sportito, nandito kami.
Sportito. Package free. Pag sportito,
Coach, baka gusto mo magkaroon, team owner ka na, baka gusto mo magkaroon ng show owner naman.
Nakakapal na mukha, eh. Nakakapal na mukha.
Before natin gawin yan.
Ito po,
Tingnan na lang
tadhana na to. Biro mo, galing Tagaytay, nagkaroon ka ng negosyo.
Oh.
Hindi naman
Magaling.
kailangan lahat ng negosyo kumita.
Kahit na iba, for
Pwede
fun
naman, tumatanggap ka naman ng pro bono eh. Bakit hindi mo gawin ngayon?
Loko ka.
Gines na nga natin, tapos inaano mo pa. Okay, anyway, Coach Charlie, baka may parting shot kayo para sa mga nanonood ng episode natin tonight.
Yes, plug mo kahit ano, Coach.
Sa lahat ng nanonood, sa lahat ng aspiring to be players, to be sports agent, ano lang, hard work lang talaga eh. Wala namang madali. Pero if you put your heart into it, you'll never go wrong. I mean, basta honest ka lang sa ginagawa mo, saka hindi ka na nga agrabyado, you'll make it. So, yun lang.
Nice. Wow, thank you. Thank you again, Coach. Yun.
Ethics siya na.
Ethics. Ethics. Tuloy-tuloy na natin. Tuloy-tuloy. Since nagsalita ka na rin. Mr. Pasabog, Farley, Dom Romantico Aguila, parting shot.
Thank you very much ulit sa mga nanonood ng Laro-Laro Lang. Tapos special thank you to Coach Charlie sa mga shinare mo na stories. Thank you. Usap tayo, Coach, doon sa offer mo. Pag-isipan ko muna. Thank you.
Offer niya na ikaw hindi pa niya alam na in-offer niya sa'yo.
Hindi pa niya alam. Nabigla siya eh.
Okay, next.
Nabigla talaga.
Coach Miron, Noy Africa.
Una-una, maraming salamat kay Boss Charlie. So tonight we saw the other side of sports. Hindi lang sa yung kumbaga may mga we usually see what's in front of us, yung behind the scenes, what goes on. Yun, tas the role of sports agents, it's not really, if you think about it by nature, medyo philanthropical siya. You're trying to help the kids and you make a living out of it. I mean, it's not making a living first. You have to help them first for them to be able to make a living. So, yun, maraming salamat for the insights that we gained and for anybody who's watching. So anyway, maraming salamat din sa lahat ng mga nanonood. Huwag masyadong seryosohin, laro-laro lang.
Yon. And all the way from Canada, Mr. Excited, Gary Villanueva.
Walang yan, Farley. First of all, yun nga, no? Thank you, Boss Charlie, Coach Charlie. It's been an honor to have you join our show. Dami rin ako na-pick up, lalo na ako before, yun nga, bagit ko, I was in the similar line and realize it now. Talagang parang acting parent ka talaga, and nagulat ako sa mga kwento na hindi lang yung actual talent mo yung minamanage mo, pati yung mga entourage from the families, lahat kailangan mong stroke lahat ang mga ego ng mga yan. So I mean all their capriccio. So we understand it's not a very easy job. That's why we appreciate people like you more, because at the end of the day, it's all for the good. No, and lalo na sa mga bata ngayon, please keep up the good work. Let them impart you talaga yung pagka-stick mo. Huwag mo mawawala yung coach. Kailangan yung disiplina na yun sa mga bata nowadays. No? In any case, no, again, thank you. And for everyone watching Laro-Laro Lang, although medyo seryoso sinabi ko, yun, seryosohin yun. Pero may ibang sinabi namin, huwag yung seryosohin. So all the way here from snowy Canada.
Snowy Canada.
Good night, eh?
Yun.
It's snowy.
Ishnowi. Okay. And ako naman si Bislak, Joel Parcon. Again, thank you so much, Coach Charlie. Talagang napakita niyo sa amin na being a sports agent, being a sports manager, it's not just about, again, hindi siya pera-pera lang, no? The past couple of episodes, we've been hearing about that phrase has come up a lot. Pera-pera lang. Being a sports agent is not pera-pera lang. It shows the importance of building relationships. And I think that's how we can all get better, no? If we forge these relationships, tulong-tulong. I mean, natural na sa Pinoy yun, yung bayanihan spirit. Sana nga mabalik yung bayanihan spirit, especially during this time, no? Aside from the pandemic, nagkaroon pa tayo ng bagyo na sobrang dami na salanta. Kailangan natin ma-build yung relationships para matulungan natin yung mga kapwa nating Pilipino. So anyway, sa lahat ng mga nanood ng Laro-Laro Lang, good night everyone. I hope that you stay safe. Huwag nyo kaming masyadong seryosohin. Laro-laro lang. Good night.